Oh yeah.
Come on first.
I think we back.
We're back.
You know what it
Y'all
is.
piece the fact.
Everybody,
don't be fitted hats.
Guess who's back? We missed a week. Why did we miss that week though, Dante?
We was on a movie set.
Why did we miss that week, Dante?
We went and cop something. we went and cop something new.
Clash the podcast. Yo, we are back. We took
boys,
a week
bad
off.
Boys.
You know why? Let me see. I think I got a picture. This is one of the reasons why. We was on the set of a movie. We was filming a movie. Shout out to my man Stanley, filming a movie called Innocence Lost, right?
Yes.
We was on the set of that movie. And here's another picture. These two guys right here. We about to be the first.
You can't say it. Right?
I could say it. We about to be the first extras that get a spinoff from a movie.
Yes.
We about to be the first extras that get a spinoff from a movie. Have you ever heard nothing like that? Knock, knock is coming. That's all I'm going to say about that. Knock, knock is coming.
Knock, knock.
I am Charles Brown right here in this crazy shirt. Over there is my guy. I got my Hawaii look on today. This is Hawaii right now. Over here to my right is Fliz.
Represent the
artist named Fliz, Wolfman Productions.
Fliz might be a little stuffy. He said he over it, but he good. So we'll see tonight. If he pass out, we just gonna keep going.
I'm good.
Over there to the right is Dante with the what hoodie on?
Yo, the no trap, no longer trap.
No longer trap hoodie, the podcast. Yes, sir. And to the right, all the way to the right with the Cashville hat, sipping on something.
Yeah, you already know.
What we sipping on though?
Some Bel Air.
Some Bel Air. You know what it is. We only got really two drinks in here. We be rocking with Bel Air and Screwball.
I know, right?
We only got two real drinks, but y'all know what it is. Clash Brothers in the building. Shout out, who that right there in the building? My man, Four Eyes, Ugly Professors in the building.
Michael Clark said.
Michael Clark in the building. Hold on, you know what time it is? Let's do these super shouts out. Let's get these super shouts out. Tonight gonna be the greatest show. Let us know how we sound because we wanna move it over to audio. We want to move the audio over to Spotify and all that this week.
Sound like it's some popcorn right now.
Jeff Stevens is in the building.
So if we sound good, let me know. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Super shout out to Jeff Stevens, aka Chubbs. Me and Chubbs got something we cooking up. CLB Network, gonna go crazy. Guess what's happening on the 28th? I'm gonna see y'all hopefully at the Rhode Island is Live Part 2. Rhode Island is Live 2 Memorial Day. Make sure y'all come through that. TJ is gonna be there. He getting presented a Spotlight Award. He's getting he's gonna perform. Dante's gonna perform. Flair's gonna perform.
My contract did not say nothing about
performing. I might even perform. Y'all might get me out my hole. I might even perform. They get me hyped enough. And Existence, Dark Light, and a couple other people. But it's not about the performances. It's about the awards. So it's gonna be the uplift and represent Rhode Island. We're trying to bring this together, not push it apart. Anybody I see pushing apart, I'm gonna throw my arm around it because we're gonna unify this. Enough of that. You know what I'm saying? So on with the show. Clash the podcast. This is the number 144th episode. I literally just made that up. I have no idea. I have no idea what number we on. But
we have no idea what number we on.
We appreciate y'all. What we gonna do right now? I'm gonna take a toast.
What are you doing? Bel Air or
we got the screwball. We're gonna do some screwball real quick. And Flair's gonna do his water thing over there.
Oh, we think of the clap clap.
So y'all know how that Kanye song goes. How he go? Here's to the rock. We doing. Cheers to the Clash. And they ask. Not that long. Go to Clash, brother. Oh, we just came from doing a new the BK Lobster jingle. Yeah. Yo, wait till y'all hear this BK Lobster jingle.
I gotta hear it too.
Y'all ain't never heard some dudes fly rapping on about some lobsters and some French fries. But wait till you hear this song. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to BK Lobster.
I need this to go stupid like that McDonald's. Da-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's right.
I need it to go stupid like that.
Let me try something, bro.
But yeah, BK Lobster. Shout out to BK Lobster.
There we go. So yeah,
BK Lobster at Foxwoods. Follow them. Pull up on them. The lobster's good. The food's good. Yeah, service is good.
Y'all ready to start the show?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
How we sound out there? We sound good? Wait. I see I can get Flares in the shot better. There it is.
My lungs go.
We sound
over
good?
the head.
Shop? Yeah, I look good, man. I don't know about
There it
y'all,
is.
But I'm in there looking good.
Bang, 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 bang. If y'all can hear us, then we ready to go. I want to talk about something, man.
Yeah.
I know. Shout out to Shauna in the building. Super shout out to Shauna in the building.
Hey, Sean.
I want to talk about
Oh,
something.
Stanley's in the building?
Stanley in the building. Super shout out.
Or that Facebook user? Who's that?
Super shout out. Somebody got to go in that comments and see who that is. I can't tell who it is.
Hold up. I gotta.
Flares got a phone. You got a phone.
I'm doing business.
Somebody
right now.
check my
Let's not
joint,
do
and
that.
then somebody check the class page. But listen, a couple of y'all disappointed me this week, man. A couple of y'all disappointed me this week because some of y'all grown ass men, I saw y'all defending Ja Morant.
Oh yeah.
I saw a couple grown ass men on my timeline defending Ja Morant. I still love you, bro, but you too old to be defending Ja Morant. And Dirk Shapiro in the building. And I don't care if this is gonna cause some. I'm gonna offend my political connects, right? But we gonna have this conversation because we grown men in our 40s and 50s should not be telling this young kid, especially telling these young youths, that it's okay to pull a gun out on IG Live and rap some NBA Youngboy with your man in the car.
Yo, first and foremost,
When
the
you a
NBA
millionaire
say you
or
can't
not.
do that. So that's the end.
Say it again,
The
Dante.
NBA say you can't do that. You can't have guns. It's a poor representation of the league. So enough said. There's nothing else to be said about that.
And there's a rapper. Who's that rapper that came out this week saying guns is gun? As far as he know, guns is still legal. I'm about to look it up right now. But he was talking about that, about Ja Morant saying, as far as I know, guns are still legal. He ain't do nothing. I'm about to pull it up right now. But I'm gonna start with TJ, right? All right. And when remember, them Doritos on the mic.
I just think that we talked about this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, who the people around him is letting him make these dumb decisions? Like he's just doing, like, you know what I mean? Like everybody around him just doing dumb shit, man.
It's wild, bro.
Like, yo, the bag's never supposed to be doing the dumb shit that he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read his statement.
Boo.
Because he has a statement that he came out with. And I want y'all to hear this statement because to me, it's kind of fugazi because I think somebody wrote this for him, but I'm gonna read it anyway. This is Ja Morant's statement via Adrian Wojnarowski. There you go.
What?
What?
What job? What?
In the sports world, he's called Woj. It's called a Woj bomb.
Okay, the Woj bomb.
Yeah, any article about him is called a Woj bomb.
Say that. So there it is. He's from ESPN, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
This is the statement that Ja Morant put out through this guy. He put, quote, "I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." Dante, how do you feel about that?
Real talk. On real tip, here's the thing, right? Yo, young man who have his mother and father. Shout out to Trap. We talked about that on his own podcast. You got your mother and father. You didn't even come from the hood. You like suburbs. Now, you are the face of a team that's actually having gun violence. Like one of the top rappers from that hood just died, Young Dolph. Well, not just died, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
So to sit up there and neglect, and I'm using the word neglect, your surroundings and neglect the fact that you're the face of a franchise and you actually representing folks like us. Because here's the thing, if they're looking at you and saying you acting like that, what they thinking? We should never give y'all no money.
Yeah, facts.
And the fact of the matter that they was endorsing you because of your structure where you are in the franchise, it's like you just now throwing it in the toilet and you saying, you know what? So you giving us a poor representation of the youth. You giving a poor representation of the youth right now. And that's my point of view, because I'm sitting up there saying you came from a mother and father. Most of us didn't.
Private school
Yes. And your sister's coming up.
behind you.
So the fact that they talk about suspending you half the year, the whole year.
You're talking about a half a year?
Yeah.
They talk about the whole year.
This talks up a lot of time.
Yo,
Wow.
because they're gonna make you gotta remember, he just said he was sorry
For the last one.
and he just did it months
He
later.
just did it. It can't even been 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been 3 months ago that he did the last one.
So that's my take on it. It's the fact of you gotta understand, like Liz always say, these mics are hot, and you gotta be accountable for what it is that you say, and
Right.
accountable for what you do. And I don't think he's taking accountability for what he's doing, nor his friends that surround him, because even if your friend posted it, what does your friend say?
And people trying to blame the friend.
You know, and the friend's not really like. Come on,
No,
man,
because you was happy in the
this-
camera like this. This dude was
why would
twerking
you
with a
post
gun.
this? You don't think this is gonna go viral? Get him in trouble?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You gotta get your circle right.
Yeah.
For real, yo.
Yo, what page are you on?
What'd you say?
Oh, Derek Shapiro's in the building.
Shout out
Yeah,
Derek
you said
Shapiro. I
that.
think I shouted him out
You
already.
did, you shouted him.
Yo, wait, hold up.
Let Fliz speak. Fliz, I want to hear what you got to say about this Ja Morant.
Where you at?
Apology. He took accountability. He said it's still a journey.
Well, he's right on that. It's still a journey, but right now, he's rendered his word useless as far as that. So it's like as he's young, but he's still a man. And once people can't believe what you say,
Facts.
that's kind of that's not a good thing when people don't view your word as a grown man as anything to believe. Two, he's a young man who's impulsive. He's too impulsive. So that means you got to find a way to get control of your BS, even if you got to stop.
That's the last picture.
All right, you got to
That's the first
stop with the bull crap, bro. Like, I think right now, I always say you can't give young people too much power. You know, he's still a young man, but he's young. He's younger minded than 23. He's acting like a teenage 15-year-old who just found his first. I'm gonna show off. But unfortunately,
And just found NBA Youngboy.
it's like someone needs to talk to him like you are a grown ass man. Like it or not, even that means his boys. That means you have no OG in that clique, because the OG could be like, look, young blood, you are worth 200 mil. His dad is not an OG then.
Exactly.
He needs someone who's like young blood.
Like what you
Like
doing?
you got 200, you can take your whole hood out, like whatever. You're showing off, stupid. Why are you showing off? And I'll go with what you guys said. You wasn't raised per se in the hood. You might have been raised around hood dudes.
Yo, bro, play ball.
I'm a big proponent in this. F the hood. If you ain't from it, because I'm from it, and I couldn't wait to get off. If I'm rich, I ain't living in the hood. Tupac even said that.
Yeah.
No, like, rich people don't go live in the hood. So I don't. If I'm rich, I'm not trying to act like I'm from the hood. Know what I mean? It's okay. KRS-One. I love what he said. You can love your hood without loving poverty, and that encompasses the attitudes of it. So it's a lot of pieces that I was disappointed in this young man. I ain't gonna lie. I was like hurt because I was like, nah, man. Even feeding off Dante's point, it's like you represent a whole race and a group of people. It's like it or not, like you are the face of like a group of people.
Right.
And you looking so impulsive, we have to fight against that. Another point, so many points is the NBA, you're worth millions, bro. The NBA says, hey, you can have all this money. Just don't do that. You can still turn up and have fun.
Yeah.
Why is it so important for you to look like you have a gun?
Even if there is a gun around, why are you putting it on the camera?
See, that's CB4 shit. Like the father on CB4, when his son was acting like a fake gangster, he said, you didn't grow up like that because I did. He goes, and I know anybody who really grew up like that knows it's nothing to brag about.
Yes.
That's what he needs to hear. What you didn't grow up like that, so why are you bragging about it? That's why he's doing it, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm not being too judgy, but I'm kind of bothered because I know we grew up with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was our Allen Iverson in a sense. You know what I mean? So I get we're gonna look at the dude who got the swag and the style, but I don't think Iverson went to this point where it's like I'm just gonna keep flashing
No.
Gats, because that means something to young people who look up to you. Young men are looking up to you like, oh yeah, he looking cool with the gun. Nah. And then it comes to people like me who have to tell those same young people, no, that dude's an idiot. Know what I mean? Because while you're doing 25 to life, you know what I'm saying, he's still gonna have his millions flossing like this. You know? Right. So I don't want to keep going. I'm done. No, but I'm passionate about it. I'm not gonna lie, that bothered me a lot. And like you said, there's no defending that. If there's no, well, because no, he did that twice. At a certain point, like
the first time, he should have known he was wrong.
Yeah, if you're an adult and you're defending it after this second time, then the problem is people like you enabling that shit.
Ask everybody a question.
Go.
Hold on, I'm in comments check real quick. Sequay Roberts says, shout out to my nigga T Source and the Clash Brothers coming from Texas.
Oh, coming from Texas.
Y'all niggas need to come visit me. Respect and love. Did I say your name right, bro? Sequay?
Yeah.
Sequay. Shout out Sequay in the building.
Charles, what page are you lit on?
Say it again.
What page are you lit on?
I don't know, but that could be my page or
Charles Brown?
CLBMG. It's only on 2 on Facebook. CLBMG and Charles Brown. So I want to chime in real quick about this Ja Morant thing before we move on. The one thing that people not really talking about, guns go off on accident.
Yes.
Right? So to all the people defending this dude's actions, who was it? Jason Williams?
The dude that shot, yeah, Jason Williams. Yeah.
Jason Williams, the basketball player.
No, that was
showing guns in his house. He had a gun collection. He was showing people the guns, and the gun went off.
Jason Williams, the black one.
Yeah,
the black Jason Williams. Yeah. He looked like the dude that you seen.
This Rhodey's in the house.
Christopher.
He looked like Christopher Williams. He was showing people. He had a party and was showing people the gun collection. I think his limo driver got hit.
The limo driver, yeah.
I think did he die or live?
He died.
Right? Yeah. Went to jail about 5 years. I don't know how long he did, but now what I'm saying is, if you see the video with Ja Morant, he's in the car right next to this dude, and he raises up the gun close to his head. Now, that gun goes off. We got a different story, right? To my brothers, again, I want to say this to the older people that's defending them, because it's been quite a few. Shout out to Miss Rhodey in the building.
What up, Miss Rhodey?
It's been quite a few that have been defending them this week, right? Salute to my guy in one of my chats, my dude. But he's like, I'm just saying that when these white politicians get and they take these pictures with these guns, this and that, that's not the same thing.
Hold up.
It's not this when they go, they take pictures with the guns, but we don't say nothing about that. That's not the same thing. It's irrelevant because they don't work for the NBA, first of all. Second of all, they have a fan base that wants to see that. The only ones that do that are people that want, they have constituents who want to see them in that kind of light. That's why they do it. Well, let me just say, then you can do that. So what I'm saying is guns go off, bro. And if nothing else, you shouldn't be handling a gun around people unless you're ready to use it.
50 said that when the guns come out.
If you don't have a real beef, they always told me when I was younger, don't pull it out unless you're gonna use it.
Kendrick Perkins said the same thing.
Right? Don't pull it out. Now they pulling it out to show
Courtney
it
in the building.
Right? They pulling out to show it that I got it. That it's cool, right?
You don't even know I got it. You don't even need to know I got it.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many people I didn't realize that was around me with hammers on them. I did not know that.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And I kind of admired that. I was like, I was like, wow, you carry that with you all the time, but they never you would never know. So, let me I'll keep talking.
The question I want to say is this, though.
Right.
Hold up. When a person presents an argument, the question you have to ask them is, why do you feel that argument is relevant? Because you said up there, this is the problem with us as our community. It's like we're trying to separate ourselves and come out of something, but then we try to justify an action when it's actually taken upon. That's why. So that's why when you say
we want to throw blame,
you sit up there and say, okay, so here's the thing: there was not one white person in that picture with him. So why are we bringing up any white supremacy or anything concerning this situation? He's with his friends in a car listening to NBA Youngboy. Now, NBA Youngboy, I don't know their relationship, so I'm not going to just speculate and put him and victimize him. He didn't sit up there and say, listen to my music and put a gun out. But that's also what you say that music promotes this type of behavior.
Facts.
Because you're doing this. See, there's so many different dynamics and dimensions to what is actually being said and what is being done. Because the first thing they want to do is portray that the fact of it was this young man who he was listening to when he was actually projecting that image. So then, here's the funny part. Now I'm going to defend what people are saying.
What you mean?
Well, I'm going to watch. I was going to flip it. See, remember, the media is going to project what they want to project because they got a narrative and they got an agenda. Somebody could do something pleasant, like this man right here, get awards. He get flown out and get awards for what he does for his community. But the media don't pump that up. There was one actually reporter that came and actually wanted to sit down with him from Boston, right?
Oh, from the Globe? Yeah, I got the Globe. Yeah.
You see what I mean? So we got to remember, they have a narrative to show that we're animals. And what I said on a show before, no longer trap, I said, once you're titled an animal, you're looked at as nothing in society. So you have to be careful about the behaviors that you portray because that's exactly what they want to project. That, look, this man is rich with his mother and father, and he still have animalistic behaviors. Case closed for me.
I can agree with that.
So, yeah, you're right about that. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on, when you defend them, I want to know what job in the United States that you can go to every day, and then they, meaning the supervisors and managers, can see you, could watch you on your Instagram rapping to a rap song that's talking mad violent and pull out a gun, even if it's for 6 seconds, and then you put it back. How can you go? What job gonna let you come back to work that next day with all these jobs being shot up and killed, all these school shootings? What job? What supervisor? What management? What level of upper echelon is going to let you? Is not going to fire you? I'm curious. If I'm working at supermarket and they see me do that in the parking lot on my break, they're going to tell me keep going. They're going to say, you ain't got to come back inside. Just keep going. You're fired. So I'm trying to figure out how you defending him, right? And I still got to find a rapper that defended him by saying, I want to read what he said. But there's people defending him instead of trying to school him. Like some people like Cameron and a couple other people actually kept it a buck with him. But it's crazy because I know we have a society where we're supposed to be like, you're supposed to have two sides to every story, right? You're supposed to be able to have a reaction, an action, a reaction. You're supposed to have a yin and a yang. But some of this stuff don't need no yin and no yang. Salute to CJ in the building, right? He said Commissioner Adam Silver about to send a message with this one. I believe he should. They said he's gonna do 6 months. I mean, he might do half a year or the whole year. If he does the whole year, I've seen players do a whole year for less than that. To be honest, the gambling. Didn't somebody just get suspended for gambling?
That's football, though.
I'm just saying players. So you think, in my opinion, is gambling worse than this guy showing a gun online? In my opinion, if you do that twice, you stupid.
Yo.
And it ain't no telling what else you might do that's dumb. So I'm gonna move on from that. But what I want, I just want, go ahead.
Be MC Hammer. They put him in the mix. He's about to get that.
Look at it. This the first one right here.
Oh my God.
I'm just bugging out. That's the first one that he apologized. And now he come back saying he said it's still a journey, Dante.
I know.
It's still a journey, and he acknowledges, and what did he say? He accept. Did he say, was that the word accept?
Listen.
That he accept the fault of it.
Let's just say what it is. This dude think he's above the law.
You know what? To put into perspective too, for a lot of the folks who are defending him.
Yeah.
You got to realize this goes beyond just those 2 gun flashes too. Remember, his man flashed on the Indiana Pacers too with a beam.
Yeah, the beam.
People forget that. Right before the first gun charge, he had beef and his man's up there within the Jeep. They flashed the gun on him. So add that third one. Then something about beating down a high schooler.
It's a whole lot. It's
so
a lot of drama.
This dude is showing you a pattern. So you can defend all this stuff or not, because that means something's wrong with you. Or either you don't know the whole story.
That's a charge.
You know what I mean? How are you going to keep defending that? And another thing.
It's weird.
This is the last thing I'll say on it. Because I get bothered on this crap. I tell kids that I work with. Remember back when the Free My Homie blah 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 T-shirts was out? Everybody had Free My blah blah, or a picture of them, or their dead homie, or somebody in jail. So I asked all them kids, like, if someone killed your brother, father, whatever, and you saw someone wearing a Free This Dude T-shirt, how would you feel? And there's some person, he might watch this show. I remember he responded to that when I posted it one day. He goes, if someone ever said this, I might have to fight them if I saw them wearing a Free the killer of my brothers.
Oh yeah.
So
people feel that way too.
So I reverse that. When you start trying to make excuses for people with a history of, this month I beat up a team. This one I had an NBA game. I had my boys flash the beam on an NBA team. Now I flashed it again. Now I flashed it again after apologizing. At some point,
if 3 times, basically.
It's 4 now. It's 4. It may be more. At what point, if let's say your family's violated by a person who's just as encouraged as he is or encouraged by him, then but guess what? You defended that behavior. So when violence happens upon you, don't start getting all, oh my God, what was me and my poor family? We're at the funeral. You got idiots doing shit like this and you're defending it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So pick your battles. Do you want violence, or you want to say, oh no, it's an open gun state?
Yeah,
no, you're an idiot if you defend them, and so are they.
Exactly. CJ said Memphis is also a dangerous city to be playing around like that.
That's what we talking
That's
about.
A fact.
Like, yo, people always like something till their family gets murdered. You know what I mean?
Yo, all right, so I want to move forward on this because we'll be here all night talking about Ja Morant.
Yeah.
That's just to my old heads who actually defending a young kid being dumb.
My team's Grizzlies. Let me more random this joint.
Say less. So that's what it is.
You didn't hear that bar I said? My team's Grizzlies. Let me more random this joint.
So
please.
I want to move forward to this next topic about this kid.
That's the dude he was flashing the gun with.
This kid right here, NBA Youngboy, right? So there's a lot going on with NBA Youngboy, and I want to get into it right now because it's so much going on, Dante. It's so weird, bro. It's like I don't even know where to begin with it, bro. But what I'm gonna do is just take y'all to the beginning. And
hold up, y'all, before you go to the beginning.
What?
You say you don't know what's going on. You know what is going on?
What?
Mental illness.
What?
Yo, listen.
What do mental illness got to do with
I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, right? The color of our skin. You know what it is with us? We have hopes and dreams of accomplishing something because that's our hope in survival. So when you get money, you thinking that it's gonna resolve.
You lucky I ain't got no. You lucky I ain't got no effects tonight.
No,
story time.
I'm not story time. But
story time.
No,
story.
This is real talk.
Go ahead, story time.
When you see, you get money, and you think that money is gonna heal all the problems that you have,
right?
And you're finding out that it does not.
Right.
See, you thinking that if I get this Mercedes, see, you can't date certain females. You're not gonna get certain people. I'll hook you up, yo. So you're not going to get certain people because you think you need a certain status to get them. Then when you get to that status, you realize this is not healing for me, correct? Mm-hmm. So, still do.
What are you doing, bro?
I'm trying to make sure he's all right.
I'm like, yo,
you stop mid-sentence.
I'm like, yo, he loses focus. Like,
I'm making sure my bed right before I'm making sure my dude's right before that camera go on him.
Go ahead.
But, like I said, you thinking that it's gonna help you get over what it is that you're dealing with, and you realize it's not helping you get over what you're dealing with,
right?
And that's a struggle still. You still haven't found the peace and the healing that you actually need. Mm-hmm. Because again, when I was younger, I always say I want a Range Rover. Then when I got Range Rover money, I was like, I don't want a Range Rover no more because I see how much it costs to maintenance that sucker. But that's because I got a form of healing for myself to know I didn't need that to be able to function. So these young boys are getting too much money. Somebody mentioned that earlier. They're getting too much money and they don't know how to handle that. Like, how many kids that this NBA young boy have? He's a father. He even got boy baby brother doing a doctor.
Bro.
See what I mean?
Mad kids.
mental
I think
illness.
it's like 8 or some shit like that. I think it's high up there like that though.
I got 0. And I could be this man's father.
Mm-hmm.
And look how many kids he has. He got a Tribe Called Quest. I know how it feels to be stressed out,
know what?
stressed out.
I think is in the clash. Nicole in the building. Shout out, sis.
Sis was popping.
Nicole in the building. But Dante stopped me to say that. But I want to say this. Give me a check. I want to check some of this clash because I think some of the comments is in the clash group that I can't read who it is.
Yo, it's all over the place because I'm in a group that got 10. Then there's 3 over there. You got YouTube. So hey, go ahead. Just keep it moving.
Oh, that's Patricia Rose. She in the class. But shout out Patricia. She said, "Good evening, y'all." Patricia Rose in the
Patricia was
building.
popping.
Slack in the building. So yeah,
Slack
it is what
was
it is.
good.
So listen,
I said everything.
I want to move forward,
Clap,
right?
clap for me.
I want to move forward to the next topic, and this one is kind of crazy to me because it's so much going on with it that I wouldn't even be able to break it all down if I had to. But I'm gonna do my best, right?
See, even Linda's in the building. See, she found her way. That was
I'm
sickening.
gonna find my
That was
way.
good.
Linda, like, I'm gonna make it. I'll be there. Just trust me. Trust me. But listen. So I want to talk about this next thing with the kid, NBA Youngboy. I'm gonna read this article and I'm gonna get your opinion on it because there's so much going on that it's so weird. So let me read this. NBA Youngboy disses Drake, J. Cole, and Lil Durk on his new mixtape. On May 12th, Louisiana rapper Youngboy Never Broke Again, also known as NBA Youngboy, released a brand new 17-song mixtape called Rich's Op. The project arrived just 3 weeks after Youngboy put out his 6th studio album, Don't Try This at Home. Now listen, he just released the album 3 weeks ago, and he's dropping a mixtape, which included appearances from Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, and more.
Oh, wow.
The 9th track on the Rich's Op, F the Industry Part 2, made the most buzz on the night of the tape's release, considering a handful of names YB calls out during the song. A sequel to his 2022 hit, F the Industry Part 2. Sees YB take aim at hip-hop superstars like Drake, J. Cole, and Lil Durk. In the first verse, YB faults Drake for his friendship with Lil Durk, considering YB and Durk have had a public years-long feud. This is what he wrote. Talked to Drake cross FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. Told me that he fuck with Durk. Damn, that shit getting to me. Told me that he liked the shit I'm doing, but can't do shit with me. So when we cross our ways, fuck what you say, bitch, you my enemy.
Oh, boss.
Yo, I want to talk about that in a minute. Because listen, if that's what you tell a dude, that's what it is.
Boss.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
To be honest with you, I like NBA Youngboy.
I like the reason I like that because he's keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to be like tiptoeing around it.
That's why a lot of people don't fuck with him like that.
Right. Well, it is what it is. But I mean, every time I see he do be bugging, but he keep it a buck when he bugging. When he bugging, it's usually you set him off, right? But let me continue. While Dante dropped popcorn on
One popcorn chill. See?
So he wrote that previously Durk and YB traded diss tracks in 2022. First, Durk releases Youngboy diss track Aha on February 22nd as a promotional song. On the same day, Youngboy responded with his diss track I Hate Youngboy, which landed on the August studio album The Last Slametto. Earlier this week, Durk and Youngboy were meant to compete for streams by both releasing their full-length projects. But although Youngboy held up his end of the bargain, Durk decided to delay his upcoming album, Almost Healed, to May 26th instead of opting out of the LP's lead single, All My Life with J. Cole. After Durk, I've been meaning to get to that because I heard J. Cole. What do you always kill? After Durk delayed his album, the video surfaced of Youngboy celebrating it as a victory. Because what happened was earlier in the week, Youngboy went off saying, "You better not release your album same day as me." He was coming at Durk and his girlfriend, India Royale. So he fired a shot at J. Cole. Jay a hoe. that nigga played it cold like he was gonna do a feature. So I text this line a muscle sign. I swear it's gonna be nice to meet you. It would be so. I guess he going at J. Cole now. We got a lot to discuss. We ain't even get this the surface of what's going on.
I'll say it back.
So he threw those shots. We rappers, we know what rappers do. It would be hard to find a song released this year with more angst and hated than After Industry Part 2, considering Lil Durk stepped on Youngboy's toes several times while he tried to secure high-profile verses.
Yeah.
So this sound like a lot of industry. Now let's talk about this politics. It sounds like a lot of verses got blocked because they connect with Durk.
Yeah, but that's been going on.
That's going on. So I want to discuss that. But Jay Prince got involved.
Why Jay Prince get involved?
I'm about to tell you why Jay Prince got involved. Because when the tape came out, because of the Drake diss, Jay Prince wrote a thing saying, I'm the one that put you on that FaceTime with Drake so y'all can hash out your differences. And I thought everything was cool. Like I told you behind the scenes. Now I'm telling you in front of the scenes. He basically like, Drake roll with me. So anything coming at Drake, you coming at me. And I advise you. Now, you know how you do. I advise you to,
you know, NBA Youngboy,
blah, blah, blah.
Don't care about none of that.
You know he don't, right? But there's a picture, and I got the picture right here. That's the picture when Youngboy went with Jay Prince, and he ended up, Birdman ended up being there, right? So they took a picture, and then whoever they took this picture, and they put Jay Prince's response on there. And I'm not gonna read it all. Let me move this caption real quick so I can see it. But it says, as you all can see, I had a good time kicking it with the homies in Utah. On behalf of the little homie YB, me and my brother Birdman were able to have a real conversation face to face. We talked about the past, present, and the future, but most importantly, we left each other with mutual respect. Even though I wasn't there for a meeting with Birdman, I must say the Lord works in mysterious ways. And with that being said, I must address the song where my name and Drake's names were mentioned. To the little homie, as I said, to you privately, I say to you publicly that Drake is my son. He rolled with me. Therefore, I think it's a good idea to take him off your enemy list, because the truth of the matter is that we've got nothing but love for Durk and your accomplishments. When I put Drake on that FaceTime call with you, my intent was for y'all to move forward, not backwards. Two things we got every day is a chance and a choice. The choices we make determine our destination. I said I wasn't going to read it all, but I read it all. Now, with that being said, and I'm going to keep it. It's so much to unpack, but I'm a little what's fatigued of the Jay Prince vague threats.
So he's just trying to flex his muscle.
I'm fatigued with it. And I'm not saying he will do it or he won't do it. But we heard this, 4 or 5 years ago, when he had Youngboy's keys. When Youngboy got robbed, he went on the internet and said, I got the keys to your cars, hit me up. And that's when Youngboy went off like, don't be coming at me with no goofy stuff. If you wanted to give me my keys, you could have just called me and gave me the keys. You went on the internet for some clout, doing some goofy stuff, and it literally was goofy. And that's where
crazy that Youngboy had to scooter.
He had to scooter OG.
Yeah.
He had to scooter.
Wow.
And that's why Jay Prince, his respect started when he did that. It was a couple things around that time. Everything was for clout, and when he did that, his name started to drop really quickly, and it just got worse and worse. But I want to unpack it. There's a lot going on, and I'm not going to be on this all night. But I'm gonna start with TJ and work my way around the room. TJ, you heard Youngboy dissing. You heard what he said about Drake. He said about J. Cole. But he also told you why.
Yeah, so he probably
he's trying to give verses.
Those are probably the real texts that was in his phone.
He's trying to give verses, and these dudes are basically saying we rock with Durk.
Yeah,
and so we can't rock with you. So what's your thoughts, TJ?
I mean,
you a rapper.
I mean, so basically it's like they choose a side. Mm-hmm. And between other grown men situation.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I got something real to say about this.
Because that's basically what happened. They're telling him, oh, nah, we rock with Durk. Facts. So they're telling him they don't fuck with him.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's what they're saying without really saying it. Just say you don't fuck with me. So he's like, oh, he know now.
Or
that's what he's getting out of the situation. So
or they rock with him, but their hands is tied.
That too.
That's what they're trying to say.
Speak on
But
that.
he's like, nah, that's sucker shit. So he's calling him out.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very few situations where your hands should be tied like that. But in my opinion, that's why you try not to play politics with this music. And it's all politics, right?
Politics and bullshit.
But at the end of the day, you should be able to record with a man because you want to record with a man. It shouldn't be like, man, I really would love to do the track, but my alliance with this dude is whatever. If your alliance really that strong, he shouldn't have a problem with you recording with him. Because, see, that's what they turn street stuff into gangster stuff. That's music. Drake is a recorder artist. He ain't in no game. So why should Drake be held accountable for features because two other rappers got beef? I'd rather you tell me I don't want to do the record or I can't do the record. Don't tell me I want to do the record, but it's because of him.
Go to Fliz before you go to.
So I think this, like me personally, I'm like if two people got a situation and I'm cool with both of them, I'm still gonna be. I mean, I'm not in the middle of that shit. Like I don't even want to. You know what I mean? Like be in the middle of it. So it's like if I rock with you and I rock with you and we do music, then that's what it is.
I think Youngboy got a right to be upset.
He does.
He got a right to be upset.
I just told you why. They basically told him like they don't fuck with him.
I would rather you don't take the call. Don't take the call and tell me that you can't rock with me because you rocking with him. Just don't take the call. Don't pick up the phone. Don't text me nothing.
Yeah.
If you took a side, then stay on it. Don't do that. That's the problem. I'm gonna see.
So basically saying they're playing both sides of the fence.
They're not even playing both sides of the fence. They playing one side, but they making it like I want to really do it, but I gotta rock on this side. So it's like we shouldn't have no verbal communication. Don't meet with me. Don't hit me on the FaceTime. Don't play nice with me. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. I'm gonna let Flair speak.
All right, so on it, again, that level, like I was peeling back, even hearing the stories. Just I agree with you do collab, you gotta leave all that, like just because if two other grown people got problems, it's like, look, just do your music. But on the other end, I do understand in this realm, in the hip hop genre,
right,
which can get very immature. Let's
Facts.
be real. We have probably the most immature genre of all the genres in music, because immature shit happens in our genre more than any other one. So you can do a song, and then now you got.
Wait a minute, Fliz.
Don't choose my man. How you do a song with him?
You're right, Fliz, but I got to clash a little bit. They got a lot of immature stuff in them other genres. They just don't get it exposed as much as we do, and the fans don't clamor for it like we do. So when they do goofy stuff, it'll be the news for one day, and it'll go away because they're not tweeting about it and making it a big deal. In our culture, it's all day, and with it, everybody got to say something about it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree, but unfortunately, statistics show.
No,
I'm saying statistics show our genre people get killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So therefore, our immaturity leads to murder. Like Biggie, Tupac led to hundreds of deaths. You know what I'm saying, on East Coast. Yep. Jay-Z and Nas, I don't think that led to too many deaths, but it led to people picking sides within the same. You know what I mean? These things become big. Yes. So now you got. Luckily, I'll say, when you have someone like a Drake, that's not going to get to the murder level. Drake ain't street, and he doesn't want to be.
You're not going to get that.
You know, yeah. You know
what was going on with when they was beefing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was in Philly doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't talking. Y'all, even though you're from there, you still ain't getting nowhere.
It's like this.
Money's too low for that.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what?
NBA too. This money's gone.
NBA, Youngboy, and the little Dirt thing though. That has potential to be a powder keg.
Yes.
You know, because that's two street ass dudes.
Really
hold up, I'm sorry. I got to shout out. Ayala's on here. Ayala said hi, gang.
What up?
Shout out to Ayala. And Slack Boogie said Dirk said the labels wanted to pay him to beef with other rappers.
Yeah. See, that's what I was about to say too.
That's messed up.
I was going to say that. That's why I stopped chilling.
They pushing that. They want you to beef. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's crazy, bro. That's why it's like.
And guess what? Probably just our genre. I can't say that fully, but It's like, why do you want people
Yeah.
to beef? That's some shit you do to like idiots.
They're making
You know what I
money.
mean?
They're making money, yeah, but
No, Sid, that's how they look at
that's
us.
again,
Like, they're
again,
idiots.
That's
again,
facts.
This is why they're signing a lot of young dudes that can control them.
Oh, we're gonna get into young.
So,
young
think
dudes in a
about
minute.
that. So, oh, my bad, cut you off.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? No, they can control them.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna put like people like us in a situation.
Yeah, when you got more
because-
mind, I'm focused
Exactly.
on what I need to do. Now you're trying to get me somewhere, bro. But also, I wanted to say it gets to the point where you don't have to always say something all the time, and that's another thing I think people
Our culture.
feel. Yeah, well,
You can't.
I gotta say something. Like,
you gotta say something.
it's like, yo, why can't you just let it slide? It's not gonna hurt.
You know how much shit I
You
let
know?
slide, Fliz?
I know.
99% of the things I will never say nothing about because I'm a grown
If
man.
y'all seen our group chat.
Yeah. Right. 99% I will not respond
Hold
to.
up, but you know what though? Okay, that's one of the things we gotta chill on this comparison. And we're different. We're grown men. 1, 2. These people have machines behind them.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
when you have
And
a
the
machine,
machine is pushing the BS.
and when you have a machine behind you, the machine's gonna tell you what to do. And if you anybody have when was the last time you see anything about the baby? He ain't wearing no diapers no more. he needs to start wearing the pins. Now he is an adult. The adult. That's his new name. The adult. Right?
The grown up.
That's
But-
That is funny.
So that's what I'm sitting there saying. See, you mess with the machine will mess with you back.
Facts.
See, the thing is,
That's what the money.
the thing with, see, the reason why I hate, I'll say that for another day because we got into a conversation about culture today and I had to shut somebody down. I don't even want to go into it. But the reason why, Flynn just said it, it's easy to cater to our level of intelligence because we come out as if we ignorant when it comes to our intelligence because we like these little petty things that's really not building us and putting us in a better position.
Facts.
So if I sit up there and say beef and everything, and then here's the crazy thing about the point. You never met these dudes and you're taking a side and willing to die and so sacrifice yourself for, I used to work in the human service field with kids. And I would never forget, we was at the table and the kid was having a conversation about Tupac. But one of the kids got so mad, he threw a chair. Knowing he had probation on his head, he threw a chair at the staff.
Wow.
And I had to watch over Tupac. And I had to watch this kid get arrested, a Spanish kid at that. I had to watch this kid get arrested, cuffed
Over Tupac.
over Tupac. Someone that he never met. You have more of a relationship with the staff. And you was a Spanish client who threw a chair at a Spanish counselor.
Wow.
Because he said something about Tupac that you didn't agree with.
Crazy.
And you went and got locked up for that.
Speaking of Tupac, Dead Mama, did you see that?
Oh,
Did you see
amazing.
Didn't see it, bro.
Nah, it's a great documentary. Make sure y'all go peep that Dear Mama
I'm behind
documentary.
on a lot of movies.
That
I'm behind on a lot.
Tupac documentary. It's probably, it might be the best documentary I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, crazy.
I said that hands down.
You know
I
what's
was like,
crazy? I texted Charles last night and I said, this is a question, right? That never have been asked, right? Where were the Outlaws during the altercation with Orlando Anderson if they all were there?
Facts.
where were they?
No, like that was never a question. Have you ever heard that question?
Listen, though,
Nobody never asked that.
you gotta understand something. Because
They were the youngins, so they could have been back at the hotel.
Nah,
Could have been like, nah, yo,
not
you
even
know,
that.
not coming.
Yo, T, remember,
I gotta look it up.
we just talked about it. Yo, listen, when you hear names and dropping names, okay, it's like, okay, me and Fliz was a group, right? Before he got with Huda, right? Dante's just a name. He could shout out my name. He could say Ferno. He could say Mischief. He could have said whatever name he wanted to say. People would have been like, I heard him say that.
Guys, sorry, I don't have no special effects tonight, but I would have hit him with the violin, the xylophone. But I just gotta hit him with the picture. Story time.
Nah, it's not about a story.
Go ahead.
Because, like, see, when you hear names, the Outlaws, you're hearing a name because that's the name of the group he was trying to big up. Doesn't mean that they was banging like that and hanging out with him. Because remember,
Those are his cousins. Those are all his cousins.
I get that, but it still doesn't mean that they was banging like that. Like they was like hanging out all everywhere.
Nah, they were getting busy.
No, I'm not saying they was getting busy. I'm talking about banging with him like they was everywhere he went. Because remember, you got to remember, what did I tell you the other day? Suge Knight was a god in the industry.
Hey, you know what's crazy? That you're saying about Suge. On that last episode, right, what his aunt was saying, what she was saying about Suge, like because Pop really was about to leave Death Row. That's why I said this document. Well, he's saying this documentary right here, you're hearing it out of the horse's mouth. You're hearing it from Pop's family. You know what I'm saying? There's no speculation.
We knew that. We knew that at the time. So
Pop was leaving.
Listen,
look at the symbols in the video. He's burning the Death Row the matches with Death Row. He's burning it.
Why did Pop? Hold up. Why did Pop sign with Death Row? To get out of jail.
To get out of jail.
Okay. Everybody knew that. We didn't even need Dear Mama to know that. But here's the thing: what I'm sitting up there saying. See, when you sign to something and you don't know what you're signing to, but you try to get your freedom and everything.
He knew what he was signing to. But he basically those albums. He was like his contract. Basically, he fulfilled his contract. So he was using that as a stepping stone to do what he was wanting to do. He had a plan.
Listen. I told you this behind.
Very smart.
No, I.
That's why he's one of my. That's why
I'm saying this behind closed doors, Charles, and you know this. There's a thing of image. Okay, let me. I'm gonna think of a group that. Okay, do anybody even know who's the dudes that Drake was coming up with before he got in the industry?
No, but wait, hold on. Stop. Y'all just jumped to Tupac. We all talk about Tupac. We was in the middle of a whole nother conversation.
No, I didn't jump to it.
You did.
I didn't say no. I don't watch Dear Mama. He said that.
No, but you took it to all this stuff about the Outlaws and Tupac. He just said, "Dear Mama," we was gonna move on back to what we talking about, and then you went in a whole thing about the Outlaws and this.
We wind the tape, buddy. I
listen,
know what I'm doing.
No, wait. So we're gonna talk about Tupac because Tupac they just named a Oakland street after Tupac called Shakur Way, and now that's on the bottom. If you look, and we were going to talk about Tupac tonight, so we're going to get into Tupac, but I don't want to get ahead of what we're talking about because I want to finish this conversation, which now seems irrelevant about Youngboy with Drake and all that.
No, it doesn't because
we might be done.
It's never. Listen, I keep trying to tell you something like conversations always go somewhere. You know why? Because people put their emotions into a conversation.
Right, so bring it back to where we was
So
at.
now again, what was I saying? The machine behind these people are catering to the finances that they don't care about an NBA. You know why? They know they can find another NBA Youngboy. They know they can find another Drake. They really don't care. They had these people before they even got the people they have now. Mm-hmm. We know this. Mm-hmm. We act like we don't know. That's what I'm sitting up there saying. So the point about bringing up when it comes to the industry, see, if you're gonna go against the industry, then you're gonna have to say, I'm not gonna cater to the industry and what they're giving me for me to like. That's the truth of the matter. Mm-hmm. So then when I sit up there and say, well, go support somebody that's not of the industry, guess what you're not gonna go do? Support them. Mm-hmm. So a guy like RJ Payne, he's getting no love, but we know who he is, right? Mm-hmm. Why? Because we like lyricism. We like lyricists. But the industry, the machine is not pumping it.
So, all right. So I want to wrap this up about this NBA Youngboy situation. So basically, before we move forward, Jay Prince issued the threats to Youngboy to leave Drake alone. Right? Youngboy dissed J. Cole, dissed everybody else, blah, blah, blah. He got his music coming out, whatever. And end of the day, we were talking about how JB, who put that? I was listening to RJ Payne gets busy. That's my dude. And I was forwarding his stuff all last year because this dude gets so busy. Go check out RJ Payne. But yeah, so I think we advanced past Youngboy at this point. I think we advanced. I don't even think it's even relevant anymore. I think we need to move. Let's move back to Tupac. Let's go. Tupac getting a street called Shakur Way in Oakland, right? Yeah. And that's beautiful because the Dear Mama documentary, like we were just talking about, is one of the greatest documentaries we've ever seen. And what Dante is trying to say is that the machine is controlling a lot more than we get. And with the Tupac situation, he was about to leave Suge Knight. But I want to be honest with y'all and just be clear. It's a lot of speculation about this, that, and the third with Tupac, why he died, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, Tupac put his hands on a killer, a shooter, and the shooter came back and got him.
Yeah.
Ain't no more, no less. Ain't no machine. Ain't
You know
no.
that car was bulletproof, right?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It's a regular Lexus, bro. It was not bulletproof.
First of all, it was
So,
Mercedes. Gotcha.
Okay, so it was a Mercedes, whatever. So at the end of the day,
it wasn't bulletproof.
right? It wasn't bulletproof. I think somebody just bought that car.
Yeah.
It was auctioned off.
It was auctioned off. Sorry. But end of the day,
See, it's a bunch of stuff. What's true? What's real?
no. But like I said, it's a million stories.
Well, you hear
I
it
just
from
heard a
the
story
family.
yesterday.
You're hearing it from the family, though.
I just heard the story yesterday that Pac is alive in an Indian reservation down in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody got a story, right? But at the end of the day, he wasn't a superhero. He was a regular man, right? And at the end of the day, he was in the middle of some stuff that he shouldn't have been in. And we said something earlier about the hood.
He shouldn't have been the guy to run up on him. He's the artist. He's the money.
He's
Why
the money, he's the bag.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But at the same time, you watch the documentary.
I know he's trying to prove himself.
They said he wasn't listening to nobody.
Nobody. You're right.
So he's all that. But when you're not listening and you're wilding, Pac was wilding, and he was trying to prove himself in them gangs for whatever reason he felt he had to do that. Pac was so loyal, like if he felt now, y'all just said, why did he sign the contract?
Pac said he called them and said, "Bring all my guns." He moved his whole family out to LA. That house that he had, that big ass house.
Right.
Right. He said, "Bring all my guns." So whatever his plan was his plan.
Right.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew. But at one time, now y'all got to remember when we talking about Pac with that contract in jail, he wrote it on a napkin.
Yeah, yep.
Nobody else was messing with him. They left him in jail to die. That's the only reason Suge was able to crawl in that situation and insert himself. So with a dude like Pac that's fiercely loyal, you come get him out of a situation like that nobody's trying to help you, he gonna ride for you.
All right.
He gonna ride to the extreme, and he gonna adopt whatever you got going on. Now it's his beef. Come out of jail, now he mad at Dre, he mad at her. You know what I'm saying? It's like whoever I'm beef, who you beef with, my beef. And he took it too far, and he started rolling with that MOB and all this and that. And I didn't even know back then when he was saying all that stuff, that was real stuff. He like, F the rap game, this MOB. MOB is a real game, right? That he was running with Suge. But Suge was paying them. Suge wasn't even in that. He was paying them to be a part of it.
From that neighborhood, though.
Right, but exactly. Now, what's your boy? The big time, the dude that they say might have did something there.
Oh, Eric Holder?
No, the Crip.
I know.
Big U.
Big U, yeah.
Big U said if I was out, it wouldn't have been no Suge at all. He said Suge wouldn't have been running nothing, right? So it's not. It's a lot of pieces got into place for Suge to get that power where he was at.
Suge took that power.
He spent a lot of money on it, but he only had it. He didn't have it that long though. You gotta think. He ain't had that. He didn't have that for 5 years. He only had it for about 3 years, bro.
The reason why Dre left, right, is because the environment where he was at, the quote unquote work environment, was like being in the streets. Niggas getting beat up in the office.
It was wild.
Could I ask you a question?
Like
Go ahead.
That I'm approve one point.
Shout out to Bevan Ingram on
what's good,
YouTube.
That's BK Lobster right there.
BK Lobster. Oh, I asked him if he liked them joints, them songs. I sent it to him. But here's the thing. What are you talking about right now?
What?
Street stuff.
Street
Facts.
stuff, yeah.
You see what we cater it? This is my.
But it's only relevant to Tupac.
No, but listen to what I'm saying to you. It doesn't see. You can't say what's relevant or not because if somebody was listening to it younger, they're gonna say you talking about it too. So what makes you different from us?
What you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
No,
we always talk about street stuff when it's relevant to hip hop.
Again, my point of what I'm sitting up there saying is,
I know what Dante said.
I know you know what I'm saying. We play and revisionist history. See, everybody's coming out the woodwork. Yo, man, I can come outside.
Wait. I'm about to clash.
Go ahead, clash.
Dude, listen. I don't know about you, but I was calling Tupac dumb before he died. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
so I'm not revisiting nothing. So
not
wait,
you.
no, let me say, no. You just said
No,
what
I'm talking
everybody
about the
was doing.
people that's
No,
talking
but we talk about me. You said revisionist history. Tupac had his ups and downs. I remember I used to work in the store. Me and my dude Dane, we was like, when Tupac got shot the first time, we was like, damn, this dude be doing some dumb stuff like
What
that.
did they say?
So
They knew what he was walking into.
right now, I get all that, I understand all that. But what I'm saying is, every time you turned around back in the day, before he got killed, right? Every other thing was over the top, reckless stuff. Now, everybody want to make it like Pac was this and that, but even in the documentary, it was over the top, reckless stuff. I get it. He was a hero and this and that, and the documentary's great. But Tupac did a lot of reckless stuff when he was alive. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we want to revise history. No, at the time, we said Pac doing too much. No. Some of this stuff is too wild. And when he kicked that dude at the thing in Las Vegas, it was unnecessary, hey, Charles, and it was stupid.
Charles, you got to pump the brakes on the emotion.
Go ahead. I'm just
okay, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, first and foremost,
I'm speaking.
I'm going to speak for the truth.
Go ahead.
I don't give a damn about no Pac or none of that. I'm going to speak for the truth now. I lived in hoods where there's hoods legends, right or wrong.
We all did.
Now we know people that did some wild stuff.
Right.
Some of them died and some of them are alive still.
What Nessa said, true. Tupac is dope, but he has some enemies for the shit he did.
Now the point that I'm sitting up there saying is this. If you glorify something that shouldn't be glorified, you're glorifying it regardless. Don't put no ifs, ands, or buts on it.
So what, I glorified it?
I'm not saying.
What are we talking about? I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
There's a fine line that I think that I talk about between glorifying and even giving it attention.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's
what I'm sitting up there saying is basically this. These guys that sitting up there playing revisionist history in the media.
Okay.
Oh, Suge would have been this if I was out.
Yeah.
You talking about Big U?
Okay, no. I'm not even saying the name. I'm just listen. Please just hear me what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
He had to have a team, right?
Yeah.
So why does team didn't shut it down?
Well, okay. So like I said,
that's what I'm saying up there saying.
Okay. So
talking about Big U?
Yeah, no, you have a team. Why your team didn't shut it down?
You're not talking about Big U. You're talking about Pac's team.
No. If you saying Suge would not have been who he is if I was out,
right?
Where was your team? Because you have to.
I don't
that means you have to know.
His teams is the 60s. That's what.
The point up saying. So just because you got locked up doesn't mean you can't still do things. You come on.
No, you're right, Dante. You're right.
I don't want to play this.
Okay, Dante. All right, Dante, slow down. Wait.
He's saying from the joint you can make.
Now, before we turn this into some whole ghetto stuff,
it's not ghetto. I'm just.
What I'm saying. No, you said it's leaders for a reason, bro. So like when Suge fell down, Death Row fell, right? Yeah. When Rayful Edmonds fell, the whole thing fell. Yeah. So when insert any drug dealer in New York, when he fell, the whole thing fell. So it's leaders.
Charles,
so you saying when he was in jail?
No, let's play a game. Okay, first and foremost, Jimmy Iovine is the biggest gangster in LA. Now question that, money. Now the fact of the matter is, so come on now, don't come. If you want to get real, let's get real. It's the hidden hands you don't see that controls the media and control everything that you see. What did 50 Cent say? When I hit this much, M got paid. When I hit this much, Dre got paid. When I hit this much, Jimmy got paid. The people didn't even know who Jimmy was. And we was talking about Jimmy the Cricket.
Yo, see, the energy we getting in here is the same energy that Pac brought into the situation.
No, because again,
he wasn't even like that in real life. Let's be honest, bro. So all this gangster stuff we talking about, Pac got in the middle of something that he ain't had no business in.
He was with the shits.
He was with the shits, but he wasn't no gangbanger. He wasn't no gangbanger.
His aunt said in the documentary, she said, when that shit was going on, I was like, yo, like that's like, but Pac kept telling them, like, I got a plan.
Hey, could I ask you a question?
And he didn't get the plan out.
He didn't get it was falling into what he wanted to do.
But it was gonna be a long time from that.
It was gonna be a long time.
Listen, okay.
I'm saying if he
hold on.
shot, he was about to do
how many?
Okay, but why did he get shot? Why did he get shot?
Because he did the dumb shit.
His own fault.
He made the wrong decision.
Before you
but at the same time, Pac shouldn't have been the runner up.
Without incriminating yourself. No, listen to what I'm about to say. How many situations I've been in when I was sitting up there, I shouldn't have been in this situation. Right. You know why I was in this situation?
Why?
the people I hung with.
Right. Now let's say this. You hung with them because that was your circumstance, right? Is that
No, you know why I hung with him? No,
wait.
it wasn't my circumstance. You know why I hung with him?
Why?
One day I just came on my block, and you see a new
You
face.
literally described a circumstance.
No, no.
So what I'm saying
Hold
is
on.
that was your
But
circumstance.
you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
No. One day I came on my block, and I had the choice to see somebody else kicking it with, and you think they're a cool person, but you don't know what they're involved into, and so you start going around with them, and you realize, like, hold up.
So
wait a
before we
minute.
waste too much more time on this, we're not gonna waste too much more time on this. But we're not gonna sit and act like Pac didn't know what he's getting into. First of all, this dude was in the mix. He put himself in the mix, and he turned the mix up. Technically, if we're gonna be honest, right?
Charles, why the mix get turned up? Because he was the face of the organization.
Technically,
Regardless if he was
So the face of the organization.
Technically-
should not be involved with the bullshit.
technically, he was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
yes, okay, go, I'm with you now.
He was literally Tekashi 6ix9ine when.
I won't go that.
And
No,
if-
I'm
yeah.
not saying. I'm not.
He didn't snitch.
No, that's exactly what he was, TJ. If you being honest, the gang let him be the front of it.
Yes.
But he had no bid. He didn't get jumped in.
That was his choice.
But he didn't get put no work in. He didn't do nothing. He just came in because he was Tupac and had money and was
Yes.
famous. So they let him run with that
He was the
MOB.
gaslight.
You can't nobody walk in that
Yes.
block and
That's
be
why I
MOB.
said he's the bad.
But wait, TJ, can't nobody walk in that block and be MOB.
That's fact.
So he did the same thing as
You know what
Tekashi
they
did.
said?
That's the
Homeboy
same
said-
thing.
Homeboy said, look, he said, Tupac was hanging with us. Basically, was snooping him. You know what I'm saying? He said, if you go back and look at all the old shit, you know what I'm saying? He had a blue rag on. Boom. Then
Listen,
he said,
that's exactly
the
what
day that they
Tekashi
turned-
did.
The day that they turned him, he said he went back in the studio and said they got him, man. Sugar and got him. He's in all red. That's what he said. Though.
But you know, at one point he's rolling with Crips.
That's what I just said.
But what I'm saying is this. And we gonna
What
move
the
forward
hell
from
we
top.
describing?
because his loyalty was to Suge got him
His
home.
loyalty was Suge, and we're gonna move. We
But at
got
the same time, once he figured out the bullshit, he was already like, all right, I'm out. When he was trying to make his move.
No.
That's why he wasn't letting the outlaw side of death row, because he was about to make his move.
Hey,
Right.
TJ and Charles, I got a question for both of you.
Go ahead, and we're gonna move from this
No,
pop
no,
stuff.
because it's gonna go to any topic you want to go into next. Did y'all personally hate with Tupac?
What?
Did
Huh?
y'all personally hate with Tupac?
No,
We what?
Y'all watched the video, right?
right,
Okay, y'all saying his family was talking about it, right?
Yeah.
right.
So these youngins that sit up there and say the same thing about NBA Youngboy and Little Dirk and who was that? King Bonga on them.
Yeah.
What's the difference for what y'all doing and what they doing?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost.
What?
I'm good.
Who was that at the end?
Do y'all know who Scott Storch is? Do y'all know?
I'll get you a little smash.
Do y'all know who this guy is right here?
Oh yeah, Scott Storch.
Now,
When Who Dem
Scott
got his fame, he
Storch.
was in the back.
huh?
When Who Dem was at the height of the fame, we had our insider with him.
I
So
told this
I
dude
always
to go to
loved Scott Storch. You know what I'm saying?
Scott Storch is one of the most underrated producers, roots in hip hop.
That's what it started from, right?
Yep.
This dude plays all the instruments. He made most of that stuff that you love on the, not the Chronic,
Dr. Dre joint.
2001 Dr. Dre. He made a lot of songs that you really, really like, and you don't even know who played the piano.
Dr. Dre was playing at the
plays.
Super Bowl was actually Scott Storch.
Yep. And something just happened with Scott Storch recently that I find kind of weird.
Where was he at though?
I'm gonna read the story to you, and we're gonna have a discussion because I don't know if this is it's not an insane in the membrane because I got something a little more crazy. But Nessa says she never heard of Scott Storch.
What?
I think she's joking. But let me
I'm like, really?
let me read this, and we're gonna have a conversation.
It was a
right?
745.
That was about the Benz.
Oh,
That was about the Benz.
all right.
So you know why I said
Thank you,
Lexus?
sir.
Because Biggie, I believe, was in a Lexus. So I got it confused with
He was
Biggie.
in
Nah, he
Suburban.
was in Suburban.
You sure?
Yeah.
Somebody was in a Lexus, bro. And now I'm gonna figure it out.
Video.
I'm gonna figure out who was in that Lexus. Somebody was in a Lexus,
Charles was
bro.
losing his hip hop card tonight.
Nah, not really, not over that. But Scott Storch getting into a heated confrontation with his ex's boyfriend.
Oh, see.
Scott Storch got into a confrontation with his ex-girlfriend's partner outside his Beverly Hills home this week. Jay paid a cannabis entrepreneur and rapper who owns the Paid Leafs Rolling Papers brand, documented his encounter with the producer on his Instagram story. See, people do bullshit. They approach you, and then they try to play you. Jay, who is dating Scorch's ex Florence Mirsky, with whom the Grammy-nominated hitmaker shares a 3-year-old son named Leo, began sharing audio of an angry phone call with Storch. Oh, you tough now? Jay asked the producer. If you put up one video of me, you're going to have big problems. I'm warning you. After mocking Scott Storch's past cocaine addiction by unearthing a photo of him looking worse for wear while out partying, Jay then posted several videos of their confrontation. The video shows Jay walking up the Scotch's driveway and seemingly kissing Leo, who sat in his car, angering the producer. Get away from my son. You're going to get effed up later. So what he did was went up and kissed his son during their beefing situation.
Hold up, that's you. He can't do that.
Why can't he do that? He's a man, right?
This dude walked up and kissed his son.
Wow.
He filmed him. He later filmed himself exchanging word with Storch as he drives away. Look at this pussy ass nigga.
See what I'm saying? Now, hell no,
Mind you, both of them are white.
You gotta beat the brakes off him.
Both of them are white.
He still got to.
In another clip, he implies that he slapped Storch moments after the exchange. Now, my whole thing for reading that story to you is this man walked up and kissed his 3-year-old son on his lawn. I have a question. I'm gonna start with TJ.
Can I get your answer? Love
What,
is gonna
Dante?
get you.
TJ, is all fair and beefing? Can you kiss a man's son just because you upset with him?
Bro.
Is that the Godfather?
And somebody just said
Bro.
Pac was in a BMW, so everybody.
Yeah. Either way, he was in a.
So who lose their car
He
or
was in some
what?
shit. Hey, yo,
You said call.
put it like this.
Card. You said I lost my
Bro.
card.
Like you like somebody
You're right,
kiss
it
your
was.
son's forehead, bro. Like, come on, like you know what
Is
I'm
he
saying?
the stepfather?
No. But Fliz, you know the way he did that was
No.
in a
I'm
disrespectful
saying
manner.
I'm parsing it because one
the
is
way
he did it disrespectfully. I
Right.
agree.
So
Like,
that's-
don't
so-
do that to disrespect
Yeah.
me because then I'll
That's
react.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So he deserved
I
to
get
get the
that.
brakes beat.
No,
up
I
on
get
him.
that. Yeah, I get that.
Like he did it in a disrespectful manner. He didn't do it in a like.
He didn't do it as like, oh, stepdaddy,
Yeah.
like kiss the
Nah.
forehead. Yeah.
He didn't say nothing about
And then he's driving
stepdad.
off like, look at this bitch. Like, come on, yo.
Yeah, it's very
No,
disrespectful.
but I'm bringing that up because I'm like,
I think I gotta beat him with the bat, like real shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
pop the trunk, get the bat off the trunk. type
I
Yeah, you
bring
have
that
to
up
hurt
because
him.
that
Real
does
shit.
count though to
You have
some
to hurt
degree.
Wrong leg, head,
Because
what
let's
we
say
doing?
if he's not stepdad,
Let's pray about
He's
it.
not the
What we doing?
stepdad, Fliz.
he's not the stepdad. Oh,
He
then
just
that
banging
makes
the
it
mom.
even.
Yeah.
That makes it even a little more
He's
disrespectful.
banging the
That's what
mom.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
He's
deserves
banging
to get
the
bat
mom.
off the trunk, beat him with the bat.
He's banging the mom, and they got a son together.
Okay, so Scott Storch and this girl ain't no longer together.
They no longer together
Why the hell is this guy at the crib?
because he's antagonizing him,
This
trying to
ain't
mess with
MTV.
him.
This ain't MTV. Why is he at the crib?
He's trying to get him a rise out of him, and so to do that, he kissed his son.
Yeah, yep. He gets the whole bat, arm, leg, head. Where we
So now I'm gonna give you all information.
time out.
If he knows
Hold
the
up.
son, is it okay?
So Shorty, no. Chill with that question. So Shorty came with the son.
I don't think she was there. She's not there.
Then why he got the son?
Scott Storch has his own son. The dude walked up on the lawn and was barking at him, and
Oh,
then
so he
kissed.
just came unprovoked.
Yeah, he came up because they
Arm,
got
leg,
because he's saying that they had issues on the
See,
phone.
I wasn't catching that. I thought.
So yeah, I've read a lot.
I
So
thought Scott Storch went to his girlfriend's house.
All right, so let me
I
say,
thought he was there.
instead of
Now I
reading,
get it.
it's
yeah.
his house.
I get it
instead
now.
of reading the article, I'm gonna say it in plain English.
I get
Instead of reading the article, I'm gonna say it in plain. Scott Storch at his house with his son. Dude, they got to be on the phone. Dude came to his house, started talking stuff to him across the thing. Walked up on his lawn, kissed his son on the forehead. Like I'll do this, and you won't do nothing. You won't do nothing. And so the dude said, "Don't kiss my son. I'll f you up."
Nah, he was supposed to have him up right there.
Nah, as soon as he see the pucker up,
Hell yeah.
he was as soon as he got the Daffy Duck on, he should got clap.
Can I tell y'all something? It would be in this man's rights to clap him.
Oh,
Because
I didn't say that.
Not
That's
shoot,
what
not
my
shoot.
thought-
listen,
that
bro.
was my thought.
Listen,
I
bro.
When you said it for me, thank
He
you, sir.
verbally threatened you on the phone. He said when he see you, it's on. He
Charles.
sees you and he's walking up on your lawn. At that
still-
point,
he still ain't
nah,
know.
Dante, sit down.
Conversation before you even
Yeah,
get
they was on the phone. That's why he went there. He said, if you put a video up anything, I'm coming. Da, 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 and he went there. So he already
Why you
pregnant.
arguing on the phone in the first place?
no.
It's irrelevant because
What are you talking about?
the argument is unimportant. He
So you're
threatened him on
telling
the
me that
phone.
you're coming to my crib?
He came to
All
his
right, come to my
crib.
crib, bro. We're gonna have a nice
It
party.
wasn't an accident. He walked to
It's gonna be a
he
nice
came to his
party.
crib
Charles.
and the sun is there.
Charles,
So he
Charles.
walked up. As soon as he walked up on your property right there, it's showtime.
Hey,
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a nice
hold on.
party.
Don't-
I've seen dudes get clapped for
I
less
know,
than
I
that.
know. I
Come
see
to my
dudes get
crib.
stabbed, shot, whatever for $5.
This must be, and if
Listen.
it's in Florida, stand your ground.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell this dude.
Come to my
Hold
crib.
up.
Yeah.
Charles, you heard of a word called precursor?
But this is California.
You heard of a word called precursor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what was the precursor of that whole story?
What?
Ex.
Girlfriend.
Why are we arguing on the phone? Grown men arguing over something. Okay, you're not getting her no more, so what are we arguing about?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. So if you argue over the fact that, see, this is what.
Listen, it says footage shows Jay walking up Storch's kissing Leo who sat in his car.
No, Charles, listen. No. TJ,
Kisses
no.
your son on the forehead.
Watch, no. Listen to what I'm saying before we get there.
And he already told you he was coming.
Listen to the word I said.
Shout out to Chop in the building.
Precursor.
We're doing a game tonight.
Why are we on the phone in the first place?
You question the stuff that we have no control.
That's my point.
I
It's
don't know why they was beefing.
Yo, Charles, the fact of the matter, when we sit up there talking about all these things, and John Morant, we act like we know why he holding a gun. We don't know.
He's making stupid decisions. That's why. And the people around.
Guess
him
what?
make
Every story we
stupid
talk about,
decisions.
somebody's making a stupid decision.
Okay.
So again, what are we arguing about on the phone? Like, see, if somebody called me and said, "Yo, I'm banging your ex," click.
But see, you know what though? Arguments don't start and stop in one situation.
Yeah.
This could be built
That shit
up.
could've been built
This
up.
could be any. This could be a whole bunch of
But the
stuff.
point of the matter is, he came to your crib.
Facts.
That's after the fact.
It doesn't matter. He came to your crib and kissed your son on the forehead. There's no argument after that point, bro.
I don't know.
At all.
That's
For
a
any
whole-
man, it
no,
should
no,
be
no.
never that.
See,
I got something to
once
check.
you get to that point, no, I told you, you come anywhere near my son. Guess what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
You ain't really even got the chance to kiss him.
Flizzy, what you
Exactly.
doing, Fliz? He's walking up the driveway and he coming to kiss your
I
son.
know what Fliz is doing.
And you know y'all got
The
beef.
He's
thing
doing
is-
some karate shit. He
No,
got him in
but the thing is,
got him in some yoke.
I'm way more calculated than that and wouldn't have got to that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You know what I'm
point.
saying? It's like I don't escalate problems. I'm a problem solver.
Right.
Like, as soon as it's happening on the phone, all right, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm not getting to that point. I'm like,
Right,
I'm like,
Fliz.
all right, why the hell am I arguing with you? All right.
But
You know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying is,
All right, so
Fliz.
you hang up the phone.
But I'm saying-
Wait. No, we can't say what we wouldn't, because things happen in life that you don't plan for. Shout out to Chop in the building.
You can't say
You
what
can't,
we-
yeah,
but
you
wait.
can't say what we're
But
capable
wait.
of doing
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on what you do.
No. I didn't say what anybody do, but end of the day,
You just said you can't do it.
no. But let me say what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is this: none of us would plan to be on the phone in an argument, right?
Yep.
I have a business. I'm a business owner. One day I found myself in a phone call with a dude saying he was on his way to see me. And I'm on a business call with a client
Yep.
that got so mad that said, I'm on my way to you right now.
Okay, so let him come.
Now, you know me, I don't get into nothing like that. And I heard what you're saying, but Jamil in the building, Jamil Dre, shout out
John T
Jamil.
was popping.
What I'm saying is, we all say we would not let this, not let that.
Charles,
but I just told
listen
you
to what you said.
What I just
He's
told.
coming to
Thank
argue
you,
with you.
thank you.
I don't know what I'm
saying.
I don't know why y'all not
You said
hearing
a
me.
man do that to his son. He
I
could
hear-
have standing
I don't
over
know.
him.
I hear what
What-
both
what
y'all
I'm
saying.
I know.
I hear what both of y'all are saying.
Right,
but
right.
check it out.
So-
Everybody, even here in this room, everybody is contentious right now.
Right, I get it. But
It's
what,
like, so like,
Nigga,
everybody
my kid
calm
was over
down.
my crib. Come to my
let's
crib.
like, know what I'm saying?
I already know what.
And I think,
It's
know what
the
I
ghost
think
of
it is?
Tupac.
Know what I think it is? I'm always the sober one here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
So think about that. Everybody, I'm always the sober one. I'm the designated driver in this room. So I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't plan on that. Well, I'm always like, I try to like always be calculated in what I do say because I don't like drama and trouble.
facts.
But if we have to get to the point to where someone did just show up, yeah, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's what I'm asking.
You know what
So
I mean?
that's what I'm. It's like when you ask a question, somebody say, you say, "Oh, pick one of these four," and then somebody say, "Oh, they'll go pick a fifth." Like it's like, no, just answer the question. So what I'm saying is, if that happened, you just answer the question. You want to do what you got to do, and that was the only question.
But yeah, I answered it in a sense because I don't want to try to talk. I'm a tough guy.
No, it's not about.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not.
You know what I mean?
None of this is about being tough.
Yes, because I'm gonna say, as a man and a father, the most valuable thing to me is my
It's your
kids.
children.
My kids, like that's the only thing I will go all out for. I love my kids. I've never been worth much more than I am now until I had kids.
That dude's dead.
So the thing is,
I was like, holy
it's
shit.
like disrespect me all you want, call all you want, but don't use my kids right there in front of me to do it. So I'll say on that level, yeah, as a man, you're gonna react.
We talk about the precursor of
But
how
you
he got
said
there.
it nice. You're like, nah, your whole ring here, cool. You said it nice.
No, I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to be honest, but composed.
Yo, hold up, Charles. Okay.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
By the way, come to my birthday party, everybody. June 1st, 6 to 9.
Hold on, you got May 28th. Well, hell, we get to all that.
25th.
Okay, listen.
Oh, we're just going on dates out there,
Listen.
right? All right.
Oh, the jingle bell rock. We rock today. But anyway, check it out, man. The precursor was X. So we already know the contention had to do something with the female, right?
That's what it seemed like.
Okay, so
She's the definite connection.
so here's my question. And Charles, we're not speculating on all that.
I feel like it ain't even about the female. It's about the disrespect of you coming to my house.
No.
kissing my kid on
That's
forehead.
the after effect, but the precursor is how do you get to that?
Yeah.
Yo, when you go to court, that's what they go back. You know that's what they're doing when you go to court, right?
Bro. To me, it ain't gonna be about the female.
You lay a man down, right? They go into court and they're gonna rehash.
They're gonna
everything.
use all the threatening stuff that he said to me. I felt threatened, you wanna? I
Listen,
felt threatened.
listen.
TJ's right. But a lot of people losing those battles, but
Yes.
still, you can.
But I felt, and he's in Florida. That's happened in Florida?
No, that's in California.
Oh, California?
California's a different animal.
Oh, it is a different,
No, forget all that.
But either way,
No,
I feel threatened.
hey,
That's how I felt.
gentlemen.
And then he showed me that he came up my driveway and he threatened me before he came up my driveway.
Why you think people watch us?
How you think the baby beat the case when homeboy came to his house?
That's different.
He felt threatened.
No, that's different.
He did feel threatened.
That's
He's
different.
on his property.
That's different.
He
Different.
felt threatened. He jumped his fence.
Yo, see, gentlemen,
You know what I want to talk about?
what you want to talk about?
This guy right here,
Who's that? Oh, Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about him getting fired because some people don't think he should have got fired.
James Harden should have got fired, but that's a different conversation.
What I want to talk about Doc Rivers. I got some real sports fanatics in the room that have a lot to say about Doc Rivers. What's good with my sports basketball heads?
You gotta talk to these two.
I want to talk about Doc Rivers getting fired and what the cause was.
Charles, you know what?
Talk to me, Dante.
Okay.
What happened with Doc
Listen,
Rivers? Was
first
that
of all,
unfair?
Yo, listen. Give me my mic. Give me my microphone. What song is that?
What happened to him first?
Okay.
I know what happened, but
He got fired.
No, I know, but what Charles is right. We should explain to the people who don't know.
Okay, what happened was
Yeah, TJ don't know. Yeah.
what happened was Doc Rivers was the coach of the 76ers. He
Right.
had 3-2 lead over the Celtics. He had a home game and then an away game, and he lost. And now he have a record for losing a bunch of 3-2 leagues. I think he lost like 10 games.
Yeah, he had a bad negative
Listen,
record for the losses in
He's
situations
16
where he
and
should have won.
33 in playoff games.
No, when his team's already has 3 wins, that's a win percentage of roughly. But you know what it is? If you go back to the days when he was with Orlando, you know why they keep saying he's a good coach? Because he won 1 championship with the Boston Celtics.
That 2008 championship has
Anything's possible.
Yo, let me tell you, bro. Me being a Celtics fan,
possible.
me being a Celtics fan, and right now the Celtics are down to the Heat, but
They ain't down. They down by score, but they ain't
yeah,
down.
no, I'm saying they're down in score right now at the moment. Right now.
So let me ask you this. It was 3, he was up 3-1,
No, 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah. multiple times.
And
Multiple times.
And blew it. How many times?
A few times in his career.
Yo, 10 times.
All right, so hold up. So
Like
let me just for a layman, it's like somebody that don't watch basketball.
He's known for doing it. It's like a man
That's really difficult.
It's like a 2-minute brother who told you that he's.
Who you blame? So we gotta say low key. It's kind of on the coach.
Yes.
The thing is, I've coached basketball for 20-something years.
Okay.
And I remember the first time I lost because of a decision I made. It fucking burnt me up. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, Mikey, you were in.
What did you do? What did you do?
What I did,
JoJo should have shot the ball.
this was the year 2000.
Was TJ
I was
on
at
the
John
team?
Hope. No.
Was at that time TJ
I was at John Hope.
Oh.
TJ's father was in the building, though.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? His pops was in the building. You know what I mean? But we had this event, and me trying to be a nice guy, you know what I mean? We was up by like, let's say 7, right? With like
Please don't tell
under
me.
a minute left.
Please don't tell me you took your dudes out.
So what I did was, I took out like 1 or 2 dudes to let a young lady go in. I said, let's get the girl little one.
What you supposed to do?
So,
You're supposed to keep the cold 5 in,
Yeah.
put the young lady in,
Bro.
set it up for her to score,
Bro.
and put her back on.
but
the
here's
bench.
what I did, yo, bro.
So
I
that's
told-
my father
the
was
young
there.
lady went in. She immediately fucking created a turnover for us. Boom, 3. I'm like, oh shit, they catch it up. Boom, came out, still in the inbound type shit. I'm like, oh shit. Basically, I lost the game because I coached, trying to be a nice guy. I never did that again. Yo,
You know what? Be a nice guy
What?
or anything like that?
What?
When you're up by 10, 15.
Hey,
With 1 minute left.
you hit the
That's
same.
when you be the nice guy.
Nice guys for just last.
No,
That's why they
I
don't be
get
letting
it.
kids play no more.
I get it. So from that point
I'm trying to
on,
give everybody a choice.
I said, I am never doing it. Burnt my soul. So I said, if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. If we stomping you, we just stomping you.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, but of course, a lot of kids who sucked, they'd be like, yo, I didn't get a lot of playing time. We won. I'm like, but we won. So there was a 2-year
You
span.
know how hood
My
coaches
team was
feel.
undefeated. Like we were just killing people. It was like, damn. And I was like, yo, I don't care. That traumatic moment has crushed me. Every time I coach, I think of that.
Flins River.
I would never do that again. Oh no, because guess what? I became a winner.
My dad, so I played for my dad. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
You know what we did?
What?
Off for the tap, beginning of the game.
Yep.
There was always a tap, score, press, whole game.
Yep.
We're up by 20 by halftime.
Your father did something to me that crushed me too, by the way.
That's basically what it was.
Know what this dude's
That's
father
what we
did?
used to do, right?
Like I had in our agency, we had so many kids one year that I had to create 2 teams. Me being me, I said, here's the A team, here's the B team. The B team was just the kids who want to play. They had no skills, a lot of young girls on the team and all that stuff. This dude's father ran a play where the ball never touches the floor.
Yeah, he does that too.
I was like,
And you know what?
and I could do nothing about it.
You know what? If the ball touches the floor, you're getting up the game.
Yeah, it was.
You do that with us.
I was on the side of
We
watching
used to do
like
that in
this is
practice.
fucking
Is
embarrassing,
that legal?
bro.
It's literally off
Yo,
the thing.
it's like pop, pop, pop.
Boom, boom,
The-
score.
and they was
Bang,
like,
press.
the ball don't touch the floor.
Yeah, don't touch the floor.
I was like,
If
what is
the
going
ball-
on here?
You're not dribbling.
Yo,
It's pass, all pass.
that was a traumatic
Bang.
moment in my young coaching life. Your father doing that to me.
You gotta teach your kids to sweep the leg, bro.
No. My
Sweep
my
the leg.
A team,
Sweep
my
the
A team
leg.
could have went against that. My A team was ballers who had competence. The B team, they were just no, we're on the
Yo,
ball.
so why you ain't mixed a little bit of A and B together?
Because I didn't want
They
them
can
to
see it.
take this team. I needed my winning team, and my team I know is gonna
You
lose.
a fake Phil Jackson, aka
First of all, recognize when you talk to me, I'm the shit at everything I do.
Listen,
I don't. If I'm not the shit at it, I don't do it.
guess what time it
Hold on,
is?
hold on. Hold on. Before you go, you said you're the ish, everything.
Yes.
That depends.
Boo.
Guess what time it is? Insane in the membrane time, fellas.
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the membrane. And you know why we cannot use that clip? Because they will copyright our show. We are on 5 different channels simultaneously. We might even move to 10 channels next week. We're on 5 different. We're on 2 Twitters. We're on 2 Facebooks and on YouTube at the same time. Make sure you tune in on one of them channels. We got a bunch of people watching right now, believe it or not. I went and checked my Twitter. It was 105 views, and that was 45 minutes ago on Twitter. It's 105 people watching. So just make sure you put in the comments something and say something what's going on. Somebody wrote them, do my son. Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
But now we're going to do Insane in the Membrane. And I think this one is wild to me. A 12-year-old boy is charged with murder after shooting a Sonic employee with an AR-15.
Ooh. Where at?
Insane in the Membrane in Texas.
They got gun laws.
They do. A 12-year-old and a 20-year-old were arrested after 32-year-old Matthew Davis was killed while working at a Sonic drive-thru in Keene, Texas. Keene Police Chief James Kidd revealed that a 20-year-old named Angel Gomez was at the fast food eatery with several people, and Davis approached him for urinating in the parking lot. The situation escalated from there, and at one point, a 12-year-old took out an AR-15 from Gomez's vehicle and shot Davis several times. Davis was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Gomez and the boy fled the scene, but Gomez later returned. It moved. Later returned and was arrested on a murder warrant. Police tracked and arrested the boy in Rio Vista, which is about 14 miles south. It was reported that several firearms were confiscated from the boy at the time of his arrest. So he had more weapons on him. 12-year-old boy. So this is what this sounds like to me. A 12-year-old trying to impress.
I got a murder rap.
Somebody older than him, and he's thinking that that's what he's supposed to do. By you having those guns, by the argument break, he's not mature enough to understand. They just arguing.
He was impressing Pop.
He killed an employee of a fast food. If he understood that guy ain't making no money really at all, and that guy just trying to do his job, the guy shouldn't approach people in the park. He shouldn't approach people, first of all. But a 12-year-old doesn't understand. This is just a little conversation that get a little heated.
The worker shouldn't approach the person urinating at the establishment?
No, he should not.
Okay.
He should not.
So I can establish.
I'm not doing it.
You shouldn't go out. People are insane, bro. People are crazy. You shouldn't be. You don't make enough. You don't make enough in that establishment to be approaching people in the streets in Texas that got guns about anything.
I ain't
inside your, you should
right
be.
Now,
you should be inside your job, minding your business. I'm not saying he's right or wrong.
Celtics suck.
But if he's doing that much dirt in the parking lot, call the cops. Let them deal with it. Yeah. Other than that, that's like in the Walgreens. You see, they tell you now, if somebody's stealing and you try to stop them, you get fired.
Wow.
You're not supposed to. That merchandise ain't worth you getting clapped or punched in the face, nothing. Then you can sue the store. So at the end of the day, you're not supposed to confront people no more. As a matter of fact, right now,
I'm dead serious.
Right now in San Francisco, the police not even coming. If you call and say somebody stole something, they're not even coming to the place because they're not even dealing with it no more. So you can just steal 3 or 4 times now. The employees can't stop you and the police ain't coming. So it's crazy. So what I'm saying is he should not approach this guy in the parking lot about urinating. It's not his job. It has nothing to do with him. Move on with your life. Is it that serious? Call the cops. But this kid is influenced by having all these guns and whoever's around him. So he's thinking, I got to be tough.
It's different too. There's gang activity out there too. As well.
Yeah, so we don't even know
I didn't know how serious it was until I was thinking about going to move out there.
Just think about this. Mo 3 got shot on the highway, bro.
Chased too.
Chased down the highway and shot on the highway.
Facts.
It's serious out there, yo.
So I don't know. That's the Insane in the Membrane.
Can I get a story time with the artist?
Go ahead.
Yeah, story time with the artist. Yo,
you picked today, but I don't have the daggone special effects. Story time. Let's go. Artist name Flair.
All right, here's my story time music. This kind of happened to me. This story. It was like almost probably 20 years ago. Let me turn it off. At Pizza Hut.
Yo.
I'm in there with
his own music.
I had the company there. Now I have a bunch of kids fresh out of jail with me. I had about 8 kids with me, and they always love going to Pizza Hut before we did recreations. So one of the kids, and he could be watching this because I can't say his name, but he's a friend of mine on social media. He's a grown ass man now.
My boy's good.
Huh?
My boy's good.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah. But this kid, we were all sitting there. This one kid said, "Yo, can I go outside and smoke a cigarette?" All right, boom. He went outside, came back a few minutes later. He sat down. Everybody's chilling. The manager of the Pizza Hut right there came up to me. He's like, "Hey, but then he was talking to the kid, and he's talking to the table. Hey, you know, my car sometimes leaks transmission fluid, and it leaves a mess all over the place. And so the kids I'm with, they're like, why do I want to hear about this anyway? Like, why you bugging us at our table? Because they're the type of kids.
Yeah.
So then the manager, who like short, Danny DeVito, like built like a penguin, you know? So
Yeah, the fans
he was like on some time where he got like grimy, like when they said, "Why? What does that have to do with us?" He pointed at the kid who went outside with a cigarette. Come in front of him, he peed on the side of the Pizza Hut. He walked by the bathroom and went outside to pee. None of us knew this. I didn't know that. So he goes, "I told you that leaky transmission story because I don't like you." No, said he didn't realize the type of people we're dealing with. So
who got slapped?
So no. I had to play peacemaker.
He said, I don't like you.
He said, "Cause I don't like you peeing on the side of my building." He was the manager, but he didn't realize you can't just go in these type of kids' face, put your finger in their face. Now hold on, let me finish.
No. I'm asking a question with this.
I know. Let me finish.
How the transmission in the piss?
Because it's leaking. So it was like, yo. So now the other 7 kids with him are riled up because they was all kind of friends. You don't do this one. Now we all got trouble with you. So now I have to stand up as the adult counselor. Everybody chill out. I said, "Look, sir, I'm talking to him with my adult voice. Hey, now, sir, look, we just listen to that. Like, you know, I'll talk to him, whatever." Then the manager looked at me and goes, "Did you pee on the side of my building?" I said, "No." He goes, "Then I wasn't talking to you, was I?" Now my ego said, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I'm trying to stop these kids from killing you." So what I did was, because then when he said it to me, what did all the kids do? Go, "Ooh." So now I'm feeling like I just got my ass punked. Like, yo. So I said, I said, "Everybody get up. We're leaving." Because at that point, I knew I couldn't control what was about to happen. Yeah. They're going to jump this man. And I'm like, I have a job to do. I was like, everybody, but we had ordered mad food already. So now he's like, "Oh, no, please stay." I said, "No, we're going to get out of here before something bad happens, sir. And we're just gonna, And I was like, I don't want no legal trouble. We had already like had some pizza and shit, but he understood, so we got it free. We walked out. Man, it was like on some time, like I couldn't believe it, but he kind of hit my ego too.
That was on the pop.
But you said, and I wasn't this rendition of. I wasn't a mature more. I was in my early 20s at this point, and I was like, who had to breathe that one out? And I'm gonna get fired if something goes on here. But you know. Anyway, that's why I was peeing on Outside Story and angry kids and kids shooting people. I was like, damn, that story's reminiscent. That the Pizza Hut Reservoir, then the Taco Bell. This was there.
Now you saw what happened. He almost got beat up for the same reason.
Yes, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, no, please let me control these kids. And then he goes, "I wasn't talking to you, was I?" Like,
that's why I said we can all tell stories. Yo, I got stories of with kids. Like I told kids, because we in the hood, I'm like, "Yo, do anybody got a problem when we about to go play ball at?" They all said no. We go somewhere, and dudes walk in, they look, phone call, yeah, you ain't supposed to be here. 30 dudes show up. Oh damn! Like,
oh, my bad.
So I had to protect this white kid. Said, "Don't know nothing's going on." Like, come on, come that away. I told you, I watch kids get jumped. I'm like, and I'm from the hood. That I'm like, damn, you can't. What can you do?
But yeah, young kids, even though our kid in the story is 12, it's like they're being fueled by a whole lot of like other shit. Like there's other factors that's making them 12-year-olds act like crazy like that. You know what I mean?
That's the guy that got murdered. That's the guy that got murdered right there on the screen.
Hold up, time out, Charles. Time out. Hold up, time out, Charles. No. See, TJ, I'm going there. Time out, Charles.
We judging.
Charles.
Judging.
Charles.
All right, I'm sorry.
Was a bunch of more said than what you just said, though. See, listen. You know that saying, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words, right?
Yeah.
He looked like the type that he had more to say than what he actually said.
He was talking shit.
He might have escalated it, guys,
He was
but
talking shit.
the views and
He
opinions.
looked like he just came out.
Yeah,
He looked like he just came out.
Put it like this: that's still not enough reason to kill the man.
Yo, hold on.
We want to promote life, and in promoting life, I want to talk about this life. My guy Jerry Springer.
Oh, rest in peace.
Jerry Springer.
Rest in peace to Jerry
Black
Springer.
kids.
But the word on the street that just came out today, Jerry might got some black kids.
I'm one of his
Oh
kids.
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Now I didn't even.
I
They,
am.
but they saying biracial.
Yeah.
They saying biracial.
Check, Jerry.
So they're saying that the claim may have been debunked, but this came out
Is
where
it any of the guests that was on the show?
let me read this, and we're gonna have a whole conversation about your man Jerry.
Springer movie, right?
Huh?
You seen the
That
Jerry
one,
No.
like, what, years and years ago?
Yeah.
I seen that. Yeah. What's called?
The guest was getting a little crazy.
It was
right?
called.
The Jerry Springer movie.
Yeah, it was called Ringleader or something like that. Yeah. All right.
All right, let me read this. A video of Jerry Springer reading a will has gone viral across Twitter. In the same video, he can be seen sharing his decision on how his finances would be divided within his family and loved ones. Several netizens were convinced that the journalist was reading his own last wishes. However, he did not do so. In reality, the video is from a play he performed in. So what happened was a lot of people thought that he had 2 black children out of wedlock because in this clip, he said some wild stuff. Let me play the clip.
Joan kept me away from you with a threat of exposure. She did not keep me from providing for you. You see, I told her that if I had to accept a life without you, she would not get a red cent of my fortune, and that you would be named equally in my will in the event of my passing. But with everything going on in the world right now, I realize that I have to go a step further. Jordan, Megan, I leave our home here in New Orleans to you to do with whatever you want. The rest of my estate, my properties in Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, my bank accounts, investment portfolios, all liquid and intangible assets, everything, all of it will go to my children, John and Misha. Girls, all your life, I've been telling you to make your millions, and I hope you have. If not, you can always sell the house and split the profit. But my entire estate.
So now listen, that sound like he was reading. That sound like he was reading. That sound like, so he's saying that's from a play, but the internet ran with it that's real, and he got 2 girls. That's
Hold on, Charles,
not with his wife.
Did not just say the media portray a bunch of things that we don't even know if it's real or not?
Yeah.
They hear me. I'm loud enough. Why me and you have the beat talk?
So teachable moment. That's what this is right now. Let me get this going. Teachable moment. Do not believe what they tell you on Twitter, because that clearly to me sounds like a guy reading lines from a script. That's a virtual play that he was in. But in Twitter, they ran with it that Jerry got 2 black kids that out of wedlock, and now they're gonna get his whole estate or half of it.
Why do other people care about what somebody else is getting if you ain't getting it?
Because imagine Twitter, that it wouldn't exist if people didn't care.
Fliz,
People
you
so
love me, Fliz?
nosy.
You love me, Fliz?
Because this is Rome and the media is the Coliseum.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
Facts.
oh damn, boss,
Say that.
No, I'm saying that's what we all love that. Are you not entertained? It comes from that.
Yo.
I mean,
you love me, right?
you all right?
Don-
You remember Martin Lawrence? I love you, baby. Love me. You all right?
Dante,
What? You gonna leave?
if you and Fliz
But you gonna leave me?
was here,
Where?
would you still love
Oh, you
Fliz?
bringing that up?
Yo, that
You still got that?
Shorty in the grave, B. Shorty in the grave. She's getting it.
Yo, we need to follow up.
Dante's like, yo, I wrote her already.
We need to figure out who's in jail and who's not in jail.
Shorty in the grave.
He said, I wrote her 3 times.
I want to have this conversation right here. I want to get this conversation. I've been waiting all night to have this conversation.
Nah.
This man right here,
Nah,
Gillie the
nah.
Kid. Hold up, TJ. Gillie the Kid says if you still trying to get on and you an old rapper, you a loser. Point blank.
He said
He
that.
said he ain't rapping no more. And if you his age, you shouldn't be rapping.
Pause.
That's
Go.
whack.
I'm first.
That's
I'm
whack.
first. Right
That's
now,
whack.
I'll put this down.
That's whack.
I'll stop. Showtime.
Uh-oh. He dropped the mic.
Showtime.
So do you want me to read what he
No,
said?
Let's get the whole concept.
Hold up, no. Charles,
Yeah, read
yo,
everything.
Because
Fliss,
Hold on, read
I don't
everything.
need everything because you know what?
I know the point is made, but I want to hear everything before I say anything.
Okay,
You
what?
can still go first, but I want to digest that.
I'm respect.
Because what else?
Because the real shit is like he can drop a single right now and it's gonna go stupid.
No.
He got an ill
Well,
follow.
let me read what he
Go
said.
ahead.
Gillie the Kid recently revealed that he has no plans of returning to his career as a rapper. The 39-year-old took it a step further and said there's an age limit on rap as a whole. So that's where we starting at.
Okay.
It's an age limit on rap according to Gillie the Kid. He
Yep,
said it out
okay,
his mouth.
All right.
Quote, effing right, there's an age limit to rap. Gillie told Wallow and 03 Greedo during the May
Yeah, I don't
12th
even know how
episode
I'm
of
that's
$1 Million
why I'm
Worth
funny
of Game. If you ain't popping by a certain age, let that shit go. Mother effers be like all the time. Yo, Gil, your platform crazy. This the perfect time to drop something now. Shut the F up, man. F you talking about. Do I look like an N-word that's holding on to yesterday N-word? Or do I look like a dude that's elevating and escalating?
No.
The media personality scoffed at the idea of dropping another album. At 46 years old, saying that is for those who only skill is rapping. F all that. I got bigger and better S that I'm going to climb and try to climb too. I'm not into no N-word that's trying to live no throwback Thursday. If you ain't got no traction at all by a certain age and you still doing this shit, loser.
Kobe King loser did. KL.
Ah, man, that's funny.
So we're gonna start there. And I'm gonna let Dante start,
Yo,
of course.
You know what?
That's what he wanna do.
You know what I love? I lived in your city, homeboy. I lived in your city. And you was king out there when I was out there. You was king. Like everybody acknowledged.
Man, that was 20 years ago.
No. Charles, this is
Go
what
ahead.
I'm doing. You know what's so funny about these dudes? Let me make sure my mic's straight. You always talk your ish after you get the bag.
That's a fact.
You always talk
I
to
fuck with Gillie too. Damn.
No, you always talk your ish after you get the bag. If you didn't get the bag, because I'm gonna tell you something, even with the bag, I guarantee you drop a single, people ain't still listening to it. That's why you made that comment you made.
That's exactly why.
So listen, see, I don't speak on emotions and stuff. I'm gonna speak on truth. And if you like me, like me. If you don't, you don't. But the fact of the matter, because I'm not rapping because I have to rap. I'm rapping because people want me to rap. And I could make good songs because I just came out with a song called Soul Snatcher, and people love the song. I'm talking about white people too, white women, they love it. I'm coming to get one of y'all. WPs, you're right. My bad, Charles. WPs love it. WGs. They love it. But that's why I don't like people. See, this is my point when I'm talking about with the media. People come out and talk their ish and talk this big talk after the fact that they got what they needed to get. Because if he didn't get what he needed to get, guess what?
He be rapping.
You wouldn't be talking.
He be rapping.
You be an elf. You will be December 24th.
What's your thoughts, TJ?
I feel like why are we putting an age on everything? Like what are we
Right.
doing? Like they're not putting an age limit on these rock and roll dudes, these country dudes they're touring all over the world.
We the
And
only
at the end
ones.
of the day, like the way that the music's moving right now, like if you like
We the only
you know what I
ones.
mean, like your music can do good and they don't even gotta certain people ain't even gotta know about you.
Facts.
Like you can have your own core audience, live off this shit, pay, I mean, your family living good and all of that. So at the end of the day, like why are we knocking people that have? There's people that don't got talent and there's people that got talent. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So why are we even knocking them? You know what I'm saying? And like the way like you look at like I fuck with Gillie. You know what I'm saying? The whole Wallow coming home, the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I salute that shit.
Me
like,
too.
Real shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I like.
I respect it too.
Like the way Gillie is on camera, that's how he is. Like real shit, that's him. Like I met him, you know what I'm saying, in North
Right.
Carolina at an event and everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how he is.
No, he's
That's how he
animated.
is.
He's real talk.
No, that's not how he is, that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Like Philly's
Biggie
real
said-
talk.
Like
Fuck.
Biggie said, imagine a genre where there with no elder statesman.
Exactly. Like why are we putting an age on it? Like yo, I feel as though like what I'm saying, Dante feel how he feel, but I feel as though right now with the platform that they got, if he puts out a single, it's gonna do numbers. He's gonna eat off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because Gillie is nice, so he knows how to put together a dope record, right? He can go for a tour for a record. You know what I'm saying? His kids are doing music. You know what I'm saying? His daughter's singing. All of that shit. But that's what he's focused on now.
I'm not quite listen.
But you understand what I'm saying? No. I understand everything you're saying.
Listen.
But what I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, why are we putting an age on an artist?
It has nothing to do with age.
Why?
Okay, listen.
Yes, sir.
No,
because that's what it boils down to.
No.
He said, if you're this certain age, why are you still trying to do this?
That's what he said.
Like,
That's
come on, this is for the love of hip hop, right? What we doing right now on this podcast is coming from what we did when we were kids, rapping and all this shit. This is our love for music, right?
Hold on.
But hold up, off of the music, what we getting into? We got the podcast, we getting into acting and all this other shit. So what we talking about?
This is what listen.
I
First,
got holes, no.
Watch. If everybody sit back, right? People don't know our age unless we tell them.
But it's cool. We saying
No. People don't know our age unless we.
And I look fly.
But listen to what I'm saying. People don't know your age unless you tell them. So when you put an age on something, you trying to do the separation of what it is. See, this is what I'm sitting up there saying. See, a lot of people like to get in the limelight and talk on something. It's like it's like, check this out. I'm sitting here in this chair, correct? If somebody offered me a deal and say, you know what, we want Dante, whatever, and I go and get the bag for like 300,000. I'm not even saying millions. And the next thing I know is I say something about, these dudes rapping, they old, I don't even know what. Y'all gonna be like, hold up.
You was just rapping.
Right.
Yeah.
See, what I'm sitting up there saying is, when you got, I'm looking at the perspective of, you got a big bag now, so you can say that. And it's almost like, you know what you're trying to do? Keep people down so they can't get on your level. Because we ain't coming up like you came up, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We're the next coming up. See, the thing about it is, what did we just come out of the studio and did? We just did a banging joint. Banging joint. So the fact that it is real banging, we can't wait for you to hear it, because we're going to show you we did a banging joint. But we're doing something that most people haven't even did. When I asked you the question, who did what we're doing? You was like, nobody. Now, people had ideas that they done, like Mike Jones, shout him out, Mike Jones. Who Mike Jones? He was catering to strippers. That's how he got his buzz. We're doing a different avenue. I'll speak on it later when it comes to fruition. But that's what it is. See, now look at the chain he rocking and everything. No. But what I'm saying is, when you coming out and showing these, I announced already, he was the king of Philly. I knew that because I was living there. He was on the radio anytime he wanted, talk about what he had already. So they knew.
Yeah.
Let Fliz speak. What's your thoughts on this, Fliz?
That I totally disagree with the man, but I see, because we're so cultured into feeling that way, that even I remember Marky Mark was asked years ago, would you ever consider doing another rap track? He goes, nah, rap is a young man's game. That's been ingrained in our culture. Rap is a young man's game. How's rap a young man's game? It was created now like 50 years ago. It's like everybody's a part of this thing. As it gets older, it's going to be an older genre. Rap is a everybody. Music is a everybody thing. Mm-hmm. So I'll put that out there.
Celtics lost.
Celtics lost?
So,
yes.
It's like, Fliz, you're not just a rapper.
No, I get that. I get that.
I'm saying, like, no, the type of music you're doing.
I know. I
keep it on rap because he's talking about rappers.
So no, but I'm saying that also shows me that, and this could be me being totally wrong or maybe overly evaluated. Mm-hmm. It showed me people like that don't love what they do.
That's right.
He lucked up and he got in those situations that got him.
I got so much to say about this.
So the thing is, if you think I love doing this, but at 39 I'm good. You know what I mean? You didn't love this. You just got lucky. You like it because maybe it's cool. Maybe it's like it was a good hobby.
Right.
If you loved it, you can. LL Cool J said it best. He goes, it's a word. LL Cool J said this. This isn't a job of the NBA where you start getting older. He goes, you get better with age. Your mind gets better. So lyrics and writing songs is a thing that's mental. So what makes me slow down? You can even argue maybe techniques because techniques change, but even that, like, what's to say I couldn't do that technique being my age or whatever? Because I personally can do every technique. I like, you know. So the thing is, but I don't want to sound like I'm angry with him because I understand his position, what he's saying, because rap, hip hop is always looked at as a young person's thing. At a certain time, get out of it. But guess what? The LL Cool J's, the Big Daddy Kane, and the people you came up off of, that shows why our culture. I always talk about the hip hop culture because
I was about to be the headline of a tour right now.
So yeah, so I always talk about hip hop.
Coming out.
Yeah, hip hop is always that culture. Why is it our cultures always have all these bad things to it? And it's like, and then when I start talking like this, I might sound like a pretentious asshole. But I'm like, it's bothersome to me all the time. Like hip hop. Oh, here's the issue with it that no other genre has to work out. Hip hop. Oh, here's another issue that no other genre work out. No, why? Hip hop is a minority, like hood, like ghetto based, you know, like genre. So therefore, I think all the crap that people want to control in it and put the negativity, we want to feed people all the bad stuff about it. Why can't you just be happy? You know, why can't, like, oh, this dude is like 70 years old. He's still doing his thing. He shouldn't be doing rap. Why? Who's to say that man shouldn't be doing that? You know, so that's my piece of it. I don't think Gillie loves this as much as he's a part of it. So he's lucked out, got a part of it, but it shows somewhere in there he doesn't have that real deep love. Cause I can just stop this. I'll never stop this.
Yo, Rolling Stone's still on tour, right?
Facts.
Patti LaBelle, she just.
Facts.
Yeah, even old R&B singers, everything. They
Anita
do
Baker, Earth, Wind and Fire,
Why we even doing this
Keith
to the culture?
Sweat, New Edition.
It's a hip hop thing, bro. I'm telling
And
you.
I'm gonna tell you,
Look, even with New Edition, they got their inner. They've been had their little inner.
nobody tells them to
Yep.
stop though.
But at the
Genuine
end of
still
the day,
falling off
for the-
stages.
for the
I'm still
understand-
rocking with them.
For the understanding of the brand, they're gonna go on tour and get a bag to provide for their family.
Facts.
It's like, and then the part when he broke it down too, the fact that he stopped and saying, because that means he doesn't respect people who have gotten the game and still out popping. He's and by his logic,
Hey, let's ask this question.
yeah.
All right, so he was in a group. That's where he started from, right? Major Figures.
Mhm.
They got classic songs, right?
Song. But go ahead.
All right, what I'm saying though,
Classic
They can
soul.
get a
You
bag.
bugging.
they can get a bag if they want to perform somewhere,
Nah.
right?
Hey, TJ.
I want to win because I'm not running late tonight. I gotta go.
No,
Yeah, but hold on, let me
TJ,
say this one last
Can
thing.
they-
Before
my
this-
question is, can they get a bag?
No,
Is this the reason why he's talking?
I got a
like-
question for you before we move on. If this dude didn't care about hip hop so much or whatever, why he kept insinuating that he wrote for Lil Wayne? And
Well-
mic drop, I'm good. I don't even have to speak anymore.
Well, I think because when he did it, he was still within the realm of his age.
no.
I just told you.
That's- that's-
He just shut me up for a minute. I'm like,
I thought, no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
but no. And secondly, so he's saying even if you got on, you should stop by a certain age. And then there's the part where he's saying if you haven't made it yet and you're still trying to get on, you're a loser. You know what I mean? Hey, I can see what he means by that too. But guess what? That's still like a so. You know what I mean? Like
So, there's a lot of underground artists that's making money off of their streams.
exactly. It's like come on, like.
It's like another hustle.
But I don't want to say I'm not mad at Gillie. I'm not mad at, but it is what it is. Like
Fuck
bro,
that. Let me speak, bro.
Go ahead,
Fuck
bro.
that.
Go
I
ahead.
am mad.
He's one of
Fuck
the
that
ones.
sucker shit he talking about. This nigga got a bag from podcasting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No one's checking for his music any fucking way.
Yeah,
First of
I'm
all,
telling
let's
you.
start there. Second of all, this nigga entire career, I never heard this nigga till he came out talking about I wrote for Lil Wayne. That was 10 years after the Major Figures had fell off, right? So end of the day, he's not a successful rapper himself. That's why he's saying that, first of all. So when you're telling dudes you're too old, that's that stuff that dudes say when they really was never into it really anyway. You was rapping trying to get a bag out of it. You didn't get the bag. Anybody that's trying to get famous off ghostwriting is already disqualified, right? His entire thing was, I wrote for Lil Wayne. Nobody gives a shit about no ghostwriting. You, Consequence, any of these other niggas. We don't care. Where's Quentin Miller's career? Nobody cares, bro. So you're not getting no props for being no ghostwriter. So as far as I'm concerned, you was never no rapper. You had who? You had a joint with Major Figures. I don't know any other songs. So you might say, why are you so passionate? It has nothing to do with Gillie. It's about the entire situation where we hear this every year. Someone says this every year. Someone says this. You too old to be rapping, da-da-da. Rapping is a passion, bro. Rapping is an art form. You wouldn't tell a painter to stop painting, right? You're not going to tell these rock guys that's putting on these outfits or whatever they doing every year. Dudes is 90 years old still rocking. We the only ones got to hear this. And then he try to hide behind if you ain't pop yet. What's popping mean? Right? What does pop? That mean we didn't get a podcast yet? Like, what does popping mean? So basically, we're not going to let you hide behind, well, if you didn't pop yet, you too old. No, you said it's a young man's game. So all them artists that you bringing on that show, like Mace and all these old rappers, Mace just dropped something 2 weeks ago. He's still rapping. So at this point, who's supposed to be not rapping? You got all these rappers you bringing into your show, right? That's your age. Are you telling them all when they get there, you shouldn't be rapping? No, you dancing. I see you dancing to their music. Am I bugging? Right? So end of the day, while you doing that dancing, you really saying you too old to be doing this, right? So end of the day, who should be doing it? 15-year-olds that don't know how to put 8 bars together, right? So who we supposed to hand this art form over to? Who we supposed to hand it to? Because give me 10 rappers that's under 25 that we supposed to hand this art form that we created for 50 years and give it to these youngins. That's why it makes no sense when someone says it's a young man's game. How is it when everybody making money is over 30 something? You got a few youngins that's getting a little bag. If you look at the charts, everybody over 30 is who's running it. Now let me know when I'm lying. For every kid you name, you got 15 old heads that's running this shit. Drake, Future, Kendrick, Cole. Dickie. All these dudes is old, bro. Dickie. Eminem, Jay-Z, whoever, Nas, whoever makes news, it's usually somebody older, bro. So let me know what youngin is stepping in, right? You're gonna name 5 dudes. You're gonna say NBA Youngboy. You're gonna name a couple dudes. Uzi Vert getting up there too. So what I'm saying is, who you talking about when you saying it's so young that needs to be handed this art form? This thing is beautiful. It's bigger than just drug raps and talking about sex and cars. This thing is beautiful, bro. This is a beautiful art form. We would never hand this over to some kids. That's like all the teachers in the class, that's all the teachers in the school leaving the school and letting the kids have it. It don't make no sense, bro. And we the only art form that does this every year. It ain't cool to be rapping. No, he's hiding behind, oh, you ain't popping yet. What's popping? If a guy can make $5,000 a year off of rapping and he's doing something else on the side, then let him do it. It's always some goofy stuff. And like Dante said, every time they get the bag, that's when you want to hear. That's when Joe Budden had the most disdain for rap, when he started getting that podcast money. You didn't hear nothing from Joe Budden but new songs. New Joe Budden, you heard new songs. Then when he realized he can get the podcast money, then he retired, right? I retired from rap. I'm all set with rap. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. Now, before Joe,
even if you think it is, hey yo, how much did Jay-Z shook shit up just off of his God's This verse? Yes. Off of one verse.
One verse. The biggest verses last year was Jay-Z, J. Cole, and what's my other guy? It's another. It wasn't but so many. It wasn't nobody under 30. I promise you that.
Jadakiss just had
it wasn't nobody.
Just had
Nas just dropped King's Disease 3. King's Disease 3. Everything that hit last year was from major old school artists. Not old school, but older artists. You had NBA Youngboy drop some stuff, and maybe what's your Dirk? And I don't even know how young Dirk really is. So who we talking about, bro? So let's be honest. When you say stuff like this, you perpetuating the myth. Wasn't Coi Leray supposed to be the future? Right? Well, I guess that's way in the future because she only sold like 10,000 units, right? 15 at best. So at the end of the day, who we talking about? Who's this big? Who is this? It's a young man's game. We're a young man. You only got 2 or 3 of them making any money really like that. So when you say that, right, it sounds good because all the young boys going to clap. But the biggest podcast about who? Old people. Ain't nobody on the podcast. They don't want to hear that, bro. These young people haven't lived long enough to have any real stories, bro. The top 10 podcasts, the top 10 podcasts are old people, bro. Because they have great stories to talk about. And who they bring on? Other old people. Who's on Math Hoffa's show? Other old rappers. People want to hear from these stories. They want to hear these stories. They want to hear this. Hold up, TJ. They want to hear these. They want to hear these experiences, bro. These kids don't have it, bro. They don't have it. So how you going to say it's a young man's game when they haven't even lived yet? They haven't lived yet. They don't have enough to bring to the table. So at the end of the day, the old people still, all the late record heads are old. All the rappers that's putting people on are older. You only got a handful of young people. So how does a young person's game? I need to understand. I want to understand that because it ain't making no sense. The only reason he's talking big like that is because he's making podcast money. Yeah. He would be right with everybody else trying to make records. Still talking about, remember he was trying to get money from Wayne for the shit he wrote? Yes. He was going to diss Wayne and all this stuff. I'm dissing da. And now it's beneath him. And he's elevating. You found your hustle, good for that. Don't knock people that's trying to. R.J. Payne just came out at 35. And now he's one of the biggest underground artists in the business.
Quincy Jones, Thriller, how old was he? 50, right?
Around that, when he got 50. But that's, dang, that nigga gotta be 90.
You understand what I'm saying, though? A lot of artists that's older, they're big hits.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna go too much further, but we all gotta get out of here. Last but not least, I got at the bottom. I don't like leaving stuff at the bottom. What happened to D Nice from BDP? Why didn't he make it as a rapper?
Do that. Just talk about this behind the scenes, right?
Now let's do it now because we're gonna forget next week. Every time I say I'm gonna do it next week, we ain't never came back and remember.
Let's
that was because of me because I brought up.
Let me hear those first. Let me hear those lines first. So they understand.
D Nice, for those hip hop historians, got one of my favorite songs named "It's Time to Flow," where he said, now remember, this is like 1990. He said, now check it. No, I'm first with a verse, so put it in reverse. When I rhyme, I haunt your mind like a curse, but then it gets worse. So basically, I can go through. He goes, recognize you get your front drop. You and your crew can catch a buckshot. I got the wickedest reference, renegade style. Black, my name is D Nice, just like I told you a while back. So here comes the wild tracks that get wild. So he had these intricacies in his technique that was way, way beyond that year. And then he they did a remix with Tretch later, and Tretch came in with this ain't no itty titty bang bang nigga hit the deck. You ain't figure trigger. Tretch was next with a rugged rep. And just the technique on that was so far ahead of its time. And I don't think he ever got
for this combo.
Right? We're slacking. I know.
It ain't many people that know
that
about
was like maybe 91, 92. That was like 91, 92.
Now for the new people, D Nice is the guy that saved the pandemic when he went live DJing.
Yes, he did.
And maybe that's why he didn't go farther as a rapper because he started DJing. But
he was known as DJ D Nice then.
He was DJing.
He was a DJ then.
But maybe he set rapping to the side and started DJing because he was really KRS-One DJ.
Yeah. But, so I said I think he was the Inspector Deck of BDP.
First on self-destruction too, right?
Yep, he does. He sure does.
D Nice was nice, and I said earlier when we was talking behind the scenes, I felt like D Nice was nice, but he didn't have that extra. To me, you needed substance in a way, especially at that time.
He didn't have that extra sprinkle.
He needed something. He didn't have some. It was a personality or something. I love To the Rescue, but again, that whole album. It's something. It's good. It's just not.
The main single for that album was "My Name Is D Nice," right?
Yes, and that joint. His beats was great. D Nice had the best beats. D Nice had the best beats. He had some of the best beats in the business. But I think that something was missing. He did. I think he made some of those beats.
On his album?
Yo, D Nice was
Time to Flow. Yep, that was one of his.
Time to Flow with the shit.
D Nice was a sex symbol that didn't appear to be sexy to women.
Explain, nigga.
See, I'm about to say that. Explain that.
Big Daddy Kane. He appeared to be sexy to women, right?
Yeah, but the women fuck with Big Daddy Kane.
No, listen, I'm gonna say it again. He appeared, I work.
Yeah.
I get the job done. And Taste of Chocolate. D Nice was trying to solidify himself. Like Flynn said earlier,
he was going from that to trying to build what Big Daddy Kane
Flynn said. What Flynn said earlier,
D-Nice never had a female. Alton Charles.
A female record.
He never
I
had a
said
female
that. I
record.
said after
You
he
did
never bought
say
a
that.
female record.
Had
But why
a-
is that though?
You know
I
what?
think he
The
was
label?
Just, he was just a rapper. He was a rapper.
I think he was just a rapper.
He was a rapper.
That
You know
makes
what I mean?
sense. That
But I'm gonna leave it at that. I think just something. There was something to get him over the hump that he didn't have, and he got dropped, and he just never. I can man. If
What
we
do you
sat
mean
here long
he got
enough. We
dropped?
can
He had
name.
3 albums.
Like think
We can
about
name. I don't think it's on the same label though.
Nah.
think about Inspector Deck
I don't
with
think it's on the
Wu-Tang.
same label.
Why did he have that thing? Like Method Man was a sex symbol. You know what I mean? It's
Method
like
Man was
the
first to
Raekwon
go.
and
He was
Ghost
the
had
first
that
to go.
charismatic street
They had
shit.
that street shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
you know what it is?
Inspector Deck
Method Man was the
was
first
a
to go.
Inspector Deck was
That's
a
why-
I
rapper.
could be Method Man. Raekwon. Who you?
I'd probably be more Method Man, just not physically. I think rapping, I'd be more Method Man. You know what I mean?
No.
Slack said D-Nice was a DJ first. He had Rock the
Yeah,
House
I'll be
and
just-
Jordan
he was
Be
a
Nice
DJ.
He just-
are the same
right.
lyrics.
Like, cause I feel I'm like way charismatic with that shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what you give me.
And Method, the thing is, Method Man was one of my idols growing up.
You're right.
But Inspector Deck, he had that same issue. Like, there was nothing to cling on to, but he's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
right.
No,
and
no,
you
no,
got
no, stop.
There wasn't that extra. No, not for real.
When his
I mean,
album
I mean,
got drowned out, it
But
messed
listen,
it up. I'm
what
telling
he's
you.
saying, what he's saying is like Inspector Deck was a rapper, right?
He was
He didn't
rapping.
have
He
that
was nice.
record that would actually take him over to that crossover shit.
Yeah.
Where you had Method Man doing
So
the
much.
METHOT man, right?
Yeah,
Then he
Method
got
Man
the
was
record-
charismatic.
Yeah. Then he got
DJ.
the record. No, listen. I'm
I'm
listen to me.
I'm
Then he
listening.
got the record with Mary J. It's the same thing
Yup.
with ODB.
Girl song, yup.
ODB did not want to do the record with Mariah Carey.
He did
But
it.
guess what? When he did
That
it,
was the shit,
it took
yeah.
him to another level
He did.
of an artist.
Yeah, he did his record with
You know what I mean?
Khalees.
And he did it being himself.
But T,
Me and Mariah.
no.
Went
Go
back
back
like
like
babies and
pacifiers.
pacifiers.
Come
Oh,
on,
dirt dog, no liar.
And-
Kick the
and
fantasy,
see-
I
see
like
what y'all just
fire.
And when you think of the Wu-Tang members, the core members, they did shit like that. Remember that SWV Human Nature remix?
Yeah.
It was like,
You're the how much you the one?
no, who
Yeah.
wasn't on that deck? You know what I mean?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't do that flamboyant shit.
You know what it was too though?
Method Man,
Deck might have been
you
like-
guys was even on it.
Deck might have been like we was on some backpack. I'm a true purist.
Yo, did y'all hear what? Yeah. Did y'all hear when the Dog Pound talked about Tupac hated on him and took him off a record because it was too hot?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
Inspector
like
Deck.
that.
Yes.
Yes,
That nigga was a rapper. Tupac, I think, well, the way the Dog Pound made it sound was his verse was too hot.
No, Inspector Deck said that too.
So I didn't know Deck said it, but I know Corrupt said it.
Nah,
Corrupt's like Tupac hated on Inspector Deck. He just could rap.
There's some stuff that they left on there from Inspector Deck.
Yeah, like a background. A background. Well, I still want to hear this verse.
Still in there.
Yo, bro, I want to hear this miraculous verse that was so hot. Tupac
Wait.
said, "Get that shit off."
And you know, on that thing when Redman,
You know that verse is crazy.
you know what he said about fuck Providence.
Okay,
You know why, right?
why not?
Because the dude, how's the verse go? For when somebody got killed, right? His peoples was out here doing some drug shit.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, I didn't know that.
yeah.
On that note, Clash,
Peace, ladies and gentlemen.
we have really
Hold
got to get out of
Hold on,
here.
before we slap,
I really gotta go.
Real quick,
right?
TJ, go ahead.
Real quick. Champagne and good vibes. Run them numbers up. We
Run
have
the
15
numbers
right
up.
now. Run the numbers up. You know what I'm
TJ
saying?
Yes,
Sauce,
sir.
Champagne and Good
Yes,
Vibes.
sir.
World style. Run the numbers up.
Yep, from us
But
old
to feel
rappers,
what
we
I
still
got,
doing it
but to
big.
feel what I got coming at ya,
Right.
I'm the Grand Reaper.
So
That's what I'm gonna say.
Dante Soul Snatchers. Next week we'll be back with another great show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And Clash the podcast, man. Make sure you share this page, hit the like button, subscribe. And yeah, man. Oh, and the last thing, Ice-T told you new rappers to be careful on the podcast because they're trying to trip you up and twist your words. I got a video coming. I just dropped a few of these videos to some of these topics on my Talking Facts page. Don't kick that video. I just addressed that. I got a whole video about Gillie. I got a whole video about Ja Morant, and I'm about to drop an Ice-T video. So go to my Charles Brown YouTube page. It's a bunch of videos with all these different topics on Talking Facts.